decision just don't spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, don't spoon. You want to know what is happening, Morata, don't spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just don't spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, don't spoon. Don't spoon. Don't spoon. You from Fonjema, Maryland, don't spoon. Don't spoon. If you eat kepan, gradually, my brother, don't spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, don't spoon. Don't spoon. You want to get a news update, don't spoon. What? Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba, 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 kilibamba. What I want? Yes, what you got today? Spoon TV. Yes, what you got today? Spoon TV. Spoon Ba-da-ba-de-ba-de-ba. Skiddy-biddy-biddy-da-ba-do.
Yes, I, a special one from the CEOs, Dan coming with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the Southern Band. Charges on the beat.
On the spoon to get your information. On the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon television. Spoon radio station.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia.
Of course, folks, we want to welcome you to tonight's edition of Liberia's premier talk show. This is the Spoon Talk. We come your way every Monday to Saturday, and then on Sunday is a special edition called One-on-One with the CEO. But tonight, you can rest assured that it is Spoon Talk. My name is Diamond Slanger. They say TGIF, but still, today we had a lot of traffic, coming towards work. Usually on Fridays, people want to relax in town and have, some time to chill off work. But today was exceptional. It's like, the wives are telling them, be home on time or else. So there's a huge traffic headed towards Pinsville. But wherever it is, it's raining. In and around Congo Town. I'm sure most parts of the country. You're welcome to the show. We'll bring you up to date. The latest happenings in the country. Will give you your moment to call us and tell us what's on your minds so that it gets interactive from the onset. And the rest of the panelists will come on the show and provide to you their own analysis and their opinions and takes on things happening across the country. James, how are you? Pleasant night to you there in Poland. How are you doing, sir?
Well, I'm doing well. I'm okay, by God's willing. I'll be okay forever.
Amen. So how they can call police in Poland? Like I see in Liberia, we have police on our vehicles. How they spell it on us, sir?
Policia.
Police what is?
Policia. Their police has a JAC at the end. Policia.
all right. I'm just trying to, learn one or two Polish from you. Dr. Richardson, how are you doing, ma'am?
I'm doing
See your
well. How
left.
you guys doing?
See your left.
Yeah, I'm fine. Concerning reports coming from Lofa County, in a town called Yegbedu. If I got the name right, James, you might probably have heard of that town if I pronounced the name right. But it's in
Pronounce again.
Foya Yegbedu.
I think that's the Panjama Foya region.
It's in Foya. It's called YE. It's spelled YEGBEDU.
Okay.
Yeah. So they
Why
reported.
what?
Hey, mama, you got me maybe go back to election time again. I was spelling it hard time. YEGBEDU.
Okay.
Yegbedu.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's in Foya. But the report is not about the name, though, and the pronunciation of the town's name. It's about a concerning event that occurred on the 26th of July. And we got reports of that from our county correspondents that residents of that town had to flee, away from that area because there were trembles, whether or not earthquake or earth tremble or whatever it is. But that is the reason we need a geological studies department in our country that will be very, very proactive and all of that. But we've gotten reports that the EPA is going to investigate what that was. But from pictures that we've seen, cracks all on houses and all of that, that is concerning. We want to know whether that place is within a fault line, what caused the tremble, what was the magnitude. Well, it has happened. As to how we get that information, I'm not sure. But we are calling on the authorities to investigate that so that we can be aware. We haven't experienced anything of earthquake since I've been in Liberia. I know the existence of this country. I don't know if we experienced anything of a quake and what was the magnitude, but that is concerning from Lofa County. And it happened since the 26th of July, and we still haven't gotten any comprehensive report about that. Reports we've gotten from their states that some residents are even afraid of returning to that particular town for fear of what happened. Also, the LBS today broke grounds under the stewardship of Director General Eugene Lamy. Fast versus Fiction Fagon. The Chinese government through China Aid are going to construct a modern TV and radio studios for the Liberia broadcasting system. That is a laudable venture. Once it's completed, the president was there to break ground along with the Chinese ambassador and other top brass of the government, ranging from the legislature to the executive. And they represented the country today at that groundbreaking ceremony. So kudos. We want to see, the LBS on par with other national broadcasters across the world. So that is a good thing. Mr. Dalu, how are you doing? Also, in trending stories, the Liberian government.
If we move on ground, and I'm sorry I missed this if you said this already, at the same location or somewhere else?
It's at the same location. They've got space. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The God B spaces there.
It's at the same location.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Liberian government has launched an ambitious plan. Budget 2025. The government is projecting $1 billion United States dollars budget, according to the executive. The Commissioner General of the LRA, Honorable Double Jala, has said there are means for the government to raise $1 billion and fund its budget. And as you know, according to the government, once the budget envelope is big and large, they can accommodate and put in funds for so many other projects. But that has been met with mixed views by the public. Public opinions put it as if we have $781 million budget that has been recast and it's down 721. If we go to 1 billion, is it to enrich the legislators and the executive members and whoever, or are we going to see the effects of a $1 billion budget? But again, the debate is out there, but that is the news. The government of Liberia is projecting that fiscal year 2025, the budget envelope will hit $1 billion United States dollars. And still on budget, the recast budget was presented to the legislature. Speaker Honorable Fonati Kofa received the budget on behalf of the legislature, but he did so with caution. He asked that the finance ministry brings the necessary reports and for them to follow all of the procedures before a recast of the budget can be done. That was done today at the speaker's office. So many other things. James, you want to add anything else trending before we go to the phone lines and let Liberians tell us what's on their minds? There is still an absence of NTA buses on the street. Liberians are concerned there isn't any viable public transport system operated by the government. It's not private. If you do see a bus belonging to NTA, probably it's on some other official function, but to be available to the public as to have NTA buses all across providing the means of transport for which that entity was established is still a big challenge. And Liberians are concerned, where are the buses?
Okay. Yeah, I have few updates. To begin with the NTA, where you just stop. According to the NTA, when the new leadership took over, almost all of the buses were damaged. Before the 26th, they brought in spare parts to get the buses prepared and ready for public transport. So as we speak currently, NTA mechanics are working. If you go at their headquarters there outside Monrovia, you're going to see them working 24/7 on those buses. So according to them, that is the major reason why public transport is now out there for our people, because those buses they met there, they were all down completely. So they are trying to bring them back up to speed and put them back in the street for our people. But we go to the legislature, the Senate staffer. There have been this rigmarole with the Senate or the legislature staffers, specifically the Senate, and subsequently we can talk about the House of Representatives. So, these workers, they have banks that pay them, but some are claiming that their July 2024 pay, those who are with the GT Bank, they did not receive their salary, and they are calling on the government to make sure that this thing is settled. And if this is not, they might likely take another protest action. We all know about the infamous protest action that took place at the Capitol building a few years ago, where Charles Brown, I don't know where he's in now.
The mental labor, you know.
I don't know.
You
I
can
heard that he
politics,
was
right?
appointed,
The
but I
mental
don't know
labor.
his. Yeah. So we know about the infamous protest that went on, where he went on the vehicle of the then president that lasted for several hours, and people had to come in to talk. So we might likely see that happening again on Capitol Hill if these things are not settled. And another one coming in sees that the legislature, the House of Representatives, we have two departments of staffers. We have the central administration staffers and the political staffer representatives who will appoint their people to work with them. Those are political staffers. And the central administration information we get in is the CSA has decided to put hold on all new employees, those who were employed newly by the administration, that is the speaker and other lawmakers who employed new people in central administration. Those new employees, they have put hold on their salary. No tangible reason or reasons have been given, but we hope that the CSA will come out with a statement why, because recently they conducted a head count to make sure that all those who are employed within that branch are accounted for. And we saw the result that came out. Some were ghost names and so forth. So new employees in central administration salaries, I'm told, have been put on hold. So we await the CSA to address that update. So yeah, basically those are some of the few reasons that Liberians are talking about today, and also good updates. Thank you.
All right, James. Thank you, there, Mr. Dalu.
Can you hear me, Damo?
You sir?
I said, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah,
We can hear you.
Okay, no, I just want to say, man, I'll just be here briefly with you guys today. Like Dr.
Okay.
Frank said, you know, I'm not in my little Congo. I'm actually on the road. I just want to say hi to the fam. I know he's going to take some phone calls. Let's see who comes in, and then we'll go from
All right. All right. So we'll go to the phone lines. One last update. So the MCC has got a new police director of the Monrovia City Police, Thomas Gao, turned over today, and he said something famous that he's got his fallback position. He's a trainer there at the Liberian Police Academy. He's been transferred to the role of more of a consultant, if you want to put it that way, a technician, a technocrat,
technical advisor.
Yeah, technical advisor role. But others have termed it as being relieved, fired, sacked, whatever it is. But the MCC, through its mayor, have said he's being transferred, from the role of director of the Monrovia City Police, to the role of an advisor, a technical advisor as well. Mayor Koji, the former city mayor of Monrovia, has also responded to the dismissals that were done at the Monrovia City Corporation. He termed it as, a dent or a crack or a crackdown on democracy, and called on those who were employed to seek asylum in other countries and get different employments out of the country. But again, whatever he did say were met with mixed reaction as well. So let's go to the phone line: 0777-771-075, 075. Those are the numbers to call. Call us up and tell us what's on your mind as we build up to Spoon Talk as well. 1 minute per caller. Please, let's respect the time so that as many persons can weigh in with their own views and opinions. Hello.
Yeah, hello, Brother Damo. How are you doing, Chief?
I'm good, Chief. Let's hear you out.
Thank you. I'm the political plan Lubumba, and I'm the chair of the Respond and Attractive Team of the Rescue Mission, and I call for cover this.
Is it you chair of what?
The Respond and the Attractive Team of the Rescue Mission. We are there to dismiss live from the Sacramento. People who think that the good eternal president should be here by the people, and they sit on their platforms and different radio stations, they speak all live. So we will make that clarity. So we are there. Thank you.
So it's just a call to let us know that you're there. Reminds me of between 2017, 2018, 2019, thereabout. Can you remember the famous, I'm calling from the famous Bagugbe Avenue, the response and defense team?
Yeah, the response and defense team. I don't know why.
Their own response and attack.
Yeah, they should have Metina response and defense team of the CBC, man. But again, intakes are not coming.
Tama, that forming group that call themselves Men Ready to Be Employed Team, and we're looking for jobs.
Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Fine evening. Fine night to you, sir. Let's hear you out, please.
This is Raymond Charlie. I join you from Logie Town this evening.
Go ahead, Raymond.
I want to speak to my President Joseph Jumabwa. 50% of the youth in Liberia, 50% of the population are youth in Liberia. So, the city of every government, I'm saying this to my president for him to know and what the city of every government derives from you empowering the youth people. If you're not looking after the youth and you're not providing jobs, if you're not provide jobs opportunities for the young people in this country, Mr. My president, Joseph Jumabwa, trust me, 2029 it will be hard for Jeremiah Banko, because if you think that everybody will work in the government, it is not true. You have to prioritize the private sector.
Okay, sir.
To overcome Liberian work. If you not empower the young people, trust me, 2029, the young people will answer the question.
Thank you. All right.
Far or the men bringing it.
Events will lead to 2029. You have to collaborate and re-collaborate. You have to listen. position yourself well. Let's take this next person here. Hello.
Yeah, how you doing, sir?
Fine. Let's hear you out, please.
Okay, I'm Jackson Small. I'm calling from Soul Clinic
Go ahead, Jackson.
Community.
Go ahead.
Last night, I want a call, but I did not get through because I was already done with the call. I driver in the traffic. My brother, why are people talking about yesterday? The police police gave you a hard time. Yesterday, I was surprised. That you're talking, Gregory Kuma, the police inspector general, was right to your right on our back part. He was there. I was so shocked. I met the director himself was standing there directing traffic. So that can give a ticket in the morning, or standing in line, like standing watching their bossman. Satan made that thing. The director did not tell the man himself to get his ticket. He ordered the ticket for that they should give the policeman ticket and get him copy in his office. That's why the director told him.
Okay. Yeah.
So that means the people they are driving without even violent lesson and they still harassing. They play now police barrier. Let them assign some police in the poor country. They give you a hard time as a driver. You need a policeman. When you go on Brodsky, every street you meet, you will see policemen every street.
All right, I'm gonna reduce that and send them all the time.
And send them in the legal country. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so let's take this next person here. Hello.
Yeah. Good evening. How are you?
Fine, sir. Let's hear you out, please.
Okay. I call you from District 17, and my name is Robert Nwakoro. How you said we should say what we got on mind, right?
Yes, sir.
And that's way this government will fought hard to bring in power this government. But there are people, that were planted. Cities who are very smart, and they stay smart. They got people that were planted in this government so that they can have the government destabilized no matter how you work. If you not be careful, this government will go nowhere. So, listen, they said Josiah Joker dismissed some people and you created another topic on the line. Today, I was very, very well insulted by two young guys. By the way, I accepted it because the guy looked at me and said that he brought problem to us. That he put the company in power. Look at men like Joseph Nimapaka as far as the company over us. But you will feed it. Stupid people like you. But the problem is, I couldn't talk because I was alone. I couldn't answer him. I just let them go. The three of them, I just let them go. They will carry a problem in my heart. Because if you continue to do those things that the past government did, sacking people, and you don't even checking the people, how the guy employed, not saying that there is the way the men are employed that goes in that this and that, you are creating a problem. I want us to be very, very well on top of the game. Those that we employ illegally, you can check it out for yourself. Up to now, we're not seeing it. We're not seeing the those that did something. I mean,
okay, sir.
What's happening?
All right.
Not on somebody's head.
All right, sir.
They sent to jail yet. And look at that boasting on the very station. I said, do.
All right, Chief. We have to leave it at that, sir.
You're getting out of fees, right? We're getting high.
All right, sir.
Let's see action, please. So please.
Thank you.
I mean, that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you. At least we have to keep it under a minute so that we can take as many calls as possible. Those of you watching, the WhatsApp number is pinned on the live feed. Let's take this person here via WhatsApp to tell us what's on their mind. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, sir. You live. Let's hear you out, please.
Yeah. Sometimes I can wonder. Sometimes they say, Georgia did well for the country, Georgia did well for the country. I see Lionel Messi did well for Argentina and get Argentina a lot of gold, a lot of trophies, whatsoever. Other countries, the people, the GTA Drogba and other people, they well for the country. But they always say Georgia did well for the country. What King Georgia ever played a problem, giving a trophy to Liberia? What trophy Georgia brought to Liberia as a football player when you were playing soccer? Nothing. And Liberia zero. In those that go represent Liberia, they feel they say, some of them get proud, some of them get stronger than medal. But Georgia has never been one medal to Liberia before. Why can always say Georgia did well for the country? Georgia did well for himself. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so we take the next person here. Hello?
Hello?
You live. Go ahead. What's on your mind?
Yeah, how are you doing?
Fine, sir.
I'm watching about that. I'm calling from Boston. My advice to the president is that those ministers that are saying that people insulting people and they are firing people, I think if you're aware, then you post up to them, then you lead them with their conscience. Anything you do on this area, or people will do the same to you. If you insult somebody today, tomorrow somebody will insult you tomorrow. So let it go. If you're working, you shouldn't sack them. Let them continue to do what they're doing. God is looking and God will revenge for him. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right. So the WhatsApp number is on the live feed. As I said, you can call in and tell us what's on your mind, either direct or via WhatsApp. Let's take this next person on the line. Hello. Hello. Yes, sir. Let's hear you out, please. You live.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Yeah, my name is Gabriel Rabba, and I call you from my Iowa residence.
Yeah, Gabriel, go ahead, sir.
What I quickly want to talk about is how to do with those intruders that work at the Rawa International Airport. Yeah, those that work at the Rawa International Airport, I don't know if they are intruders or what, I don't really know. Because under international law, sometimes you see people on the baggage claim that will just come and grab people's luggages, remove them from the baggage claim, without informing them before you can come from the flight to come down. The luggage is already up the baggage claim. I think it's very, very wrong. They try to restrict those guys that are over there because you don't know them. They don't even have identity on them. So you just find them standing all around taking people's luggages from the baggage claim. It's for now when you go there, you'll find the luggage already open. I think, yeah, let the authority at the airport then look at those things and they try to put in some corrective measures. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Let's take this next person quickly. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, you live. Go ahead. What's on your mind? Spoon Talk.
Yeah. Just from yesterday's discussion, you had a guy from the legislature saying that the budget was altered. So I'm concerned, which budget was the president sign? The one that was altered or the original one that was agreed upon?
Okay, thank you. All right. Boomberger, what's up, Chief?
In the course of the people, the struggle continues. Why are you in the car?
Oh man, I had to run somewhere quick, but man, y'all leaving here. I come in for 2 minutes. Y'all don't open and run away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What you traveling to Labrador today?
No, fairly soon I had to bring the beginning out, my man. Me, the beginning came out.
You to the park?
We told 6 Flags in Massachusetts. Let me tell you why I am.
Oh, they got 6 Flags in Massachusetts too? Okay.
Yeah.
You sure? I'm not seeing the slide and the swing and anything behind you.
I let him run around. I don't know. The beginning of BB, like, I'm running behind it. I got energy for it.
No, I know, but I didn't see the merry-go-round machine way in the air.
I'm going to show you.
Flag. I see someone.
I'm going to show you.
Tell her right, let's see. I see someone in a car behind you. And who that getting out of the car?
Hold on. Let me show you. Let me have his joke. Let me see, right? Oh, I don't know how to do it. Stand up.
Look at that. He's lying again.
No, man, he's Springfield, Massachusetts.
We went to Six Flags last month over here in New Jersey. I mean, it was cool, man, but it's so tiring. You walk a lot.
Yeah.
And I think if we try to think of a Six Flags in Liberia, it will be one of the greatest thing. It will be so super.
Yeah,
and you know, yeah.
Oh, man. Let's start with playground, man. Let's start with playground and more playground.
You playground. Which one are you looking for again?
Two.
Joel gave you 2 playground. Which one are you looking for?
For more, every community. Look, we did a study.
There you go. Every day you do study.
Oh, man. Everything is data center, and that's what we don't believe in Liberia. We don't collect data. Everything is data, and data transform into information transform into knowledge, and then you got a body of knowledge that you can work with. That's the basis.
I understand, but my thing is that you've been putting data together since Charlie Town.
No, we don't have data systems.
No, without productivity. We need result. Uncle Sam wrote 25 different document books, 25,000, 50,000. What I mean, What's the result? Nothing.
Direct
went to Liberia. The acting minister of finance said he met
it's
Dwalo.
about implementation.
The acting minister of finance said, wait, my man, let me tell you. The man came on the sponsor and said he met Dwalo. Dwalo came with this big corporate idea and then 15 billion investment. What become of it? You been there, Ava. You been there from Charlie Quintan. You been there from how you call him? Madame Salif. You been there from Madame Salif. My man, you been advocating for this. I'm not saying you work. I am not saying you work there. I say you been there. You been.
But you have been there for the time you were born. You've been there.
No.
You come from space.
About the strategic plan you have put in place, the ideas you are sharing. And you must not know of the same age. Don't lie to the people here. I'm
hard-looking face. You've been picking for a long time.
Look at me and look at you.
But you're not picking. You've been picking for a long time. Not half face, not small face. No, but status. Seriously, the people in government have to accept some of these ideas and be willing to implement. Implementation is key. Look, right now, what do you think our man frustrated too? All the ideas you get the people there, they won't listen.
You're right. But what was your idea? You met the acting finance minister. He said on the show.
My idea will unfold and you will see it. God willing.
No, we want to see it. And I want to celebrate you.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, I didn't know. The man came on the show, he said it.
I don't want for the men to even wait. I met the National Investment Commissioner. I met people in the president's office. I met a bunch of people that were very receptive. But Spencer, all these things take
time. You met very bro too. Your Oma, very bro.
I saw my Oma practically every day. My Oma. You see you? You might get for girl. Y'all got be old story. I can't even see the comments today. So I don't know what people saying right now.
No, you can see the comments. Thank God for that. We will read the comments to you. You met
but Stanton, the idea of a diaspora fund, a lot of people embrace it.
Yes.
Look, even if we just say we only do flour, right? That's significant dollars you're taking.
I agree with you. But you see our problem? Uncle Sam talking about bringing folks to come in with 1,000 each. Here in West will put it for 5,000. Similar idea that Buhari running. Now we are split. Uncle Sam doing this to create a bank. Let me finish.
Sam said you want to create investment bank. Let him go do that one.
The idea here is we should be one, right? Now we came all with a good idea on Spoon Talk. You and Dwalo went in the back. You left us all. You had your secret meeting. You discussed the issue. And send them
you just pay bull. You just pay bull when you get your tea in something. You can't move. You just keep saying the city biting. The city biting. You can't do that. Nobody invaded you. The problem here, let the people know. The problem today is we cannot just take people in America money and just go with a structure without SEC.
I know. I don't want you to be the next Donald Trump. But that welcome. Listen, enjoy your time at the playground. I mean, it's beautiful. I hope you went there with somebody on the other side of the car in the passenger seat. We got to look and see who you're there with because you just cut your camera. Well, they got down already. Look, that place looks like a residential area. It doesn't even look like a playground.
I see white bag.
No, we're small. Turn that camera small more. Element cannot do it. We just cut something.
It look like a female bag. It look like a female bag.
That Chinese food.
No, not a Chinese food. Now turn the camera. We can see for ourselves. Turn the camera small more.
Guys, I thought, my man, the beginning call these I gotta go. I ain't to say hello to y'all.
But when you get to the hot jump in again, my man, it's good having you on. Thank you. So Dwalo are the people at apartment complex waiting for somebody to get in the car. And he's telling us, Dwalo, you say that he has Six Flags. Now, what is Six Flags? Some folks in Liberia don't know what you call Six Flags. So, Ava, what is Six Flags? I mean, where is
Six Flags? Six Flags Great Adventure is like an entertainment park. They got multiple rides. They got food sales. They got games you can play, like shooting games with bullets, shooting basketball, making the prizes.
They get the merry-go ride, they get the elephant, the dragon ride, they get the skydiving, they get the Superman. It's a huge amusement park. that you can just go. They got food, they got drinks, and you can take your children. You can go and everybody, adult,
You can be there
youth,
all day,
everybody can
all
go and
day,
celebrate. They
all
got
day.
horse ride. You can go on the ferry. Yeah, in New Jersey, they got a lot of place that
You got some
you
water
can enjoy
rides, some
yourself.
nice rides, everything.
Yes,
Yeah.
water park and thing, but again, you got to pay. Is
It's not
you
free.
generate a lot of money. It's not free. You got to buy the season ticket. A season ticket, you buy the ticket for the whole year. You understand that the whole year you can say I will pay $120. You can go whenever you feel like going. Again, it's a beautiful thing. People come from all over just to have fun at Six Flags. So you find this in different selected states, not only in New Jersey, not only in Mass. You find it in different states, and people have fun. So we
And
need
then
that.
you got Disney. You got Disney too. Like it's a big thing to carry your
Disney
kids to
is
Disney.
more bigger than Six
Florida.
Flags. Yeah,
Yes.
Disney is more
Nice
bigger than
business.
Six Flags. Yeah, and so if you have a place by Gibby, you have a place in Bon County, in Nimba, in Lo-Fi, you can secure a whole maybe 100 acres of land, and you just go ahead and build this kind of thing, and people would travel and have fun. I mean, that's it, folks. That's it. I want to welcome every one of you for joining us today. It's going to be a great show. We said thank you for joining the Spoon Talk. Thank you for being part of this program. Share the show. No, Six Flags is not an invincible park, but don't do that. Hey, Dawkins, don't do that.
Hey man, who's saying that, man?
Dawkins, don't do that. Six Flags is not like invincible. Listen, I beg you, let me leave that one and go. Yeah, my man. All right. But again, let me add this though, Fadiga. I think somebody should be able to prioritize and bring in more how you call it, these different rides, and it will help those parks we have in Liberia, these different swings, these different rides, and then and elevate the entertainment part of that park. What do you think?
The thing is, even look, something as small as bowling alley, and we don't have it. I would just take a chair idea with someone. Nowhere here to bowl. They got it in Ghana. The parks, the way the parks are built here, they kind of congested. It's the one on PHP. I think they have place there for ride. I think there is a way that I think they can have rides there. But the Visible 11, I don't think that park should have even been where it is. They could have found better place to put it. But we need more parks. I mean, in the whole country, 177 years, we're celebrating 2 parks. It's something that's going to be in every community. It's something, I mean, it should be an ordinance that you cannot build like how they call the place Marshall right now, and all the new development that going on. There should be restricted area that will have a little football field and parks. But then, Stento, one thing that they have here, I don't know whether you have you noticed it. They have these sport plays that people pay, I think, $75 to $100 for an hour. It's a soccer pitch with artificial grass indoor. Well, it's outdoor, but it's enclosed, and people pay to go and practice. I saw one at the Ocean Drive or Ocean, one of them, and
Ocean
View and Ocean 11, both of them have some park, and they say they got somewhere around. Beautiful place. People go there and play soccer. That was the only one that I saw that really, whoever brought that idea, it's a very great idea. And then where else? Damn, we know of anyone that they have besides those 2. I haven't seen any other one, but it was very beautiful.
There's also a virtual game center at the PHP Park. It's called Paradiso. And I see people commenting Liberians don't have money for that. Liberians don't have money for that.
No, they have money.
I stand to disagree.
I disagree. They have money.
Yeah. At Paradiso, it's $4 for 60 seconds, which is 1 minute, to wear the 3D glasses and and enjoy that experience. People go there a lot. Amusement and entertainment is important. It helps us to recollaborate. And the thing is, what you can afford, that's what you get. Even if you go to the theme park, if you don't have money to sit on all of the rides, you will get to enjoy what you want to enjoy. We see the booming business in our country is entertainment center. Either you sell liquor or you sell Sony, and those places are crowded more than any other thing. So if you have an
back in the days, they used to have Monte Carlo. I remember we used to go to Monte Carlo. That's where we used to get our school before. We play pool for a little gamble. Oh, Monte Carlo. Oh. We used to go there. Sometimes we used to get our little school fee there for nothing because we not bet our man. And it was a nice place. And one of the biggest games they had there, Pac-Man. Can you imagine? Pac-Man and a few other games. And pool. But I mean, people are coming. I see a lot of investment coming in. So hopefully we'll see more of those things.
Yeah, we you know, I think as time goes by, if you talk about Monte Carlo, you find how you call him. I've been laughing because that way actually his mother used to beat the hell out of him because he was strict. You know, that's why he's laughing.
No. But I was mature and working. You know, I was working from the time I was 17. So I was mature and working when Monte Carlo came into existence. But really, they had a bowling alley down and what they call the place name? South Beach. On the Galley Street side, right after Convent. My dad used to take us bowling, you know. One thing I appreciate my father for, a lot of parents' father didn't do it with their children. Really take them out, really take them to places. It makes a difference. It makes you a better parent.
I don't think that they never wanted to. I believe that the total want to buy but no hand. I think they never had it, man.
No.
My man, son, I would disagree with you guys on this one, my man. It was wrong. Man. Everybody was in the same, you know. Those that had the opportunity to do so, they did.
Okay, Stanley, let me ask you one question. And all three of you on the panel, did your parents ever tell you they love you?
Oh, yeah. My dad.
Yeah. Even now, I would say this to you. My dad, my mom, they used to show love. They used to say.
No. I said show love.
I said they used to show love and they used to say it. That's what I said. Even now, even right now, I would say to you, whenever my mom called me, she must say that all the time. Right now, I don't know, my man. To each, I don't know, but you got some good Liberian parents out there.
We show love, but we don't express love really in Liberia. My parents, as much as I knew they loved me, as much as they did everything for me, my mom would sacrifice anything for us. But to express that and say, Jion or Patu or Ava, I love you.
You know, let me say this: is maybe the culture, maybe you know the environment, maybe the you know the tradition. But you know very well that whether your parent will say, I love you, I don't love you, you know that. You knew that they love you. And you know, and that's exactly what you just said. But I would say openly, you know, our parents used to say that. They used to do extremely well, better than what some American parents do for the children over here.
Then you are blessed. You know? You are blessed. Consider your blessing that they will.
I don't want to say because and I think your father was afraid to say it to you because he was a bad child, you know.
No, I used to get flogging. I used to get flogging for everything from my mom.
I said it. You was a bad child.
Once a while, I used to get my beating from my pa. You just pile it up.
I mean, I used to be afraid of beating. The only person I never used to be afraid of beating is my brother in Delaware. He's a bad dude, man. He used to take the beating, and thank God he's changed. But guys, we're going to be starting the show shortly. We got 10 more minutes to get into this conversation. We got a lot to discuss today. We got more information coming to you. And I would just say this, man. Thank God I have Fadiga, and thank God I have Asiva. I want to ask the nation tonight. Should I step out of the Senate chat room? Should I take myself? I really want to hear from you guys. Should I say, okay, that's enough? I don't want to be in the Senate chat room anymore. I mean, what are you thinking? I want you guys to, Asiva, right? Let me read today some of the messages from the Senate chat room. We even started the show.
I need to open a segment call from the Senate.
No, because Liberian people need to hear this. Welcome to the show. It's good to have you. Share our program. Why are these guys saying things that is important that they can hide secret in that chat room? Ava, Why it's important that they can communicate amongst themselves, right? Discuss the Liberian people business, right? And lie to us, whether it's the Senate or the House of Representatives. Why it's important that we shouldn't know what's going on in the chat room and we pay them. There should be nothing secret in that chat room.
Well, maybe in a chat room, nothing should be secret. But there are levels of information. There are certain information that security level that the regular person is not supposed to know. We got to respect government for that. A certain level of information.
In that security level, I don't show it. I agree with you. Anything that is security, that is important on security, I will not show it. Okay. Anything that will come forth, to talk about the audit, the recast. Today, you know what we heard?
It should be public.
It should be public. You know what we heard today? There was an agreement. And I will say this on the show. There was an agreement that the lawmaker will take $5 million, all of the alteration money that we talk about, the 21 million. The executive were going to take 15 to 16 and gave the lawmaker Fonati Kofa said that. They were about to distribute that money in their own interest to get a kickback. These are the allegations. I will explain it better. I just want to hit you small. Wow. These are the things these guys are hiding. So God above in heaven came down on earth in the form of man, they call Jesus Christ, touched the heart of the people, and here comes Spoon Talk. It have never happened before in the history of Liberia. We must stay in that chat room. And the next place we're going is in the House of Representatives chat room. We will bring everything out in our other chat room. Because you know why? The Liberian people need, listen. I don't want to talk to Abba. Let me ask my fellow Liberian. Should I get all of the chat room? I need yes or no. Damon, can you open the phone line? Because Abba making me so angry today. Damon, can you please open the phone line? Because I have all the guy they're causing. They're causing Marcos, they're causing Parcos, they're not accusing Nathaniel Miguel. But Nathaniel Miguel accusing this person. Guys, you guys are 30. I will not call the person name that said that helping me with information. It's not Miguel, it's not Snow, it's not DeLong, it's not Youngbley, it's not any of these 30 members. It's the blessing of God that God put me there in the form of ghost. Stop accusing each other. You cannot shut down the chat room. You cannot close it. Fatiga, you can't. Because if you open another one, you will have 30 men and women. And once you have 30, you have me. I am the spirit that represents the Liberian people. I am the one that appeared and you cannot see me. I'm on and off. We have to understand we will remain in our chat room. I had a second thought this morning.
But then don't need for the vote. You already finished stating your position. Don't need for the vote.
Yeah, you're not decide.
You already decided. So don't
why should you leave? Why should
No. I am deciding because I want the people to give me their good advice. I am the spirit. I am the Holy Ghost. That God put the Holy Ghost upon me. And the Holy Spirit rested upon me. And God said, go and save my children, Liberia. Jesus Christ has blessed this network.
Then you go into dangerous space.
My man, not dangerous space. My man,
that dangerous space because that religious thing that we can fool our people.
My man, forget about religious thing. And let me tell you something. You guys that don't go to church, you're like taking God business to be serious. God are very, very easy God. Okay? God in heaven know that when I call a name because of the sake of the Liberian people. If you go to Cali Church, you spend 1 hour there, then you get very with me when I say God. I beg you, Abba, leave me alone. But let me say this, folks. Welcome to the show. We want to hear from you. Should I leave the Sunday chat room? If you say it today, I need only 10 calls. If you say yes today, Dr. Richardson, I will leave. Damon, can you take 10 calls, please? Just 10.
No. You need to stay. The conversation interesting. You need to stay.
So no, I know you already betting on the fact that the no's will overwhelm the calls. But what if you get 6 yeses and 4 no's? Will you leave?
You stay.
So I'll do this. you will take 15. 15 is not an even number. You take 15. We must have an equal numbers here. So let me read the first information since the morning I've been looking. I've been laughing. Let me read this and you open the phone line. If you want me to stay in the Senate chat room, you must speak now. If you want me out, you must speak. Because Fadiga called me this morning, he said I should stop. I said, Fadiga, what? Do you love Liberia, Fadiga? Fadiga said I should stop. You ask Fadiga if he loves Liberia. The thing these guys then doing in the chat room, we must reveal it all the time. Listen, let's read some of this thing. Welcome to Spoon Talk. 1, let's read this. I share mostly the exchanges between Senator Nukwe and myself. So I consider, listen now. No, let me start from the beginning. Yes, the beginning here. There is a popular adage that says, misery loves company. This is from the chat room. People who are miserable about their character and reputation love to see everyone and hope everyone is miserable too. Indeed, this person is a coward, a juvenile, a spoiled brat who runs to others for support when their friends are flocking them in debate here. Only an idiot imposed on us by democracy does this kind of unethical thing. Enough. They are going crazy.
So what is the thing?
We're coming there. We're coming there. The thing is that they're accusing each other who gave Stanton, Witherspoon, and Spoon that way this information. Ladies and gentlemen, you will have a decision to make today. Let's go to the next one. I hope the douchebag among us send this morning conversation to Spoon. Now you hear it? All right. They said they must send it to Spoon. You hear it? I will deal with the tell the senator there. They got to do the right thing. Liberia must change.
Oh, wait. So you deal with your spy too, Mr. Ghost? You deal with your spy?
No. My spy, if you detect a senator, you are not my spy. I'm there. I will deal with myself. This is our safe place to debate issues outside of plenary. And this lazy idiot of a senator has my man. Y'all sure y'all with me? Y'all can't have fun.
The senator didn't know how to cause what?
Y'all can't have fun. Y'all see nothing your way. I will deal with the senator there. These guys, they are cowards, right? They are bad people in there. They want to lie to the Liberian people. We expose them. Listen, this is our safe place to debate issues outside of plenary. And this lazy idiot of a senator has compromised our ability to speak freely in our safe place. It is about time we expose this juvenile traitor. They are speaking like Brutus. They are speaking like Mark Antony. They are speaking like Julius Caesar. We all get to know the person very soon. Soon and very soon. We are complaining of linking our conversation to the press, but we individually who are giving confidential documents to the media when it decided in Senate leadership meeting that those documents be kept confidentially. Senators, to get serious here, when the Senate return, these will be investigated. According for it, we all can have our disagreement and support each other on one point or the other. But for such a coward among us to continue forwarding text messages from our chat room is going way beyond now. Only a dog will continue to do this. Wait, Abba. The men are calling each other dog. Woo! God bless Liberia. And God bless this station. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all come. Y'all share the show. We will expose this senator then today like they have never been exposed before. Because the Tabata need to stop. They're eating the people money. They don't want you to know. They're lying and they don't want you to know. They call themselves light and darkness and they don't want you to know. They pretend to be genius and angels. They are liars. They are cowards. They are spineless. They got no moral right to be a senator. And we'll continue to speak because we possess the freedom of speech. There is a popular adage that says, misery loves company. People who are miserable about their character and repetition, love to see everyone and hopes everyone is miserable too. I'm going to read the last one, and we're going to ask the Liberian people if you already want me to leave. He shared most of the exchanges between Senator Nugwe and myself. So I consider myself a veteran in this case. And so I have the right to call my perpetrator a dog. You are a dog among us, a dog among Mr. Perpetrator. This person has a psychological problem that requires treatment. He or she needs therapy. He or she will go to Dr. Richardson for therapy. I hope he leaks these conversations to his benefactors, to moron. I'm going to stop here, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, it's all entertainment tonight.
Oh my God.
It's
No substance, all
listen,
entertainment.
it's a lot. And I will say this. Till they stop the nonsense they're doing as senator, we will not stop exposing the messages. Till they do the right thing to represent the 15 counties, we will not stop exposing them. Till they make adjustment and recalibrate, we will not stop exposing them. For this reason, Spoon Talk was created. For this reason, the people of Liberia support this network. So we will go to the phone line. My fellow Liberians, if you want me out of this chat room, let me know. If you want me to stay there till they do the right thing, let me know. We got a lot of information, a lot of story coming this time. We will speak, and we can only speak when you give us the chance to speak. Dama, open the phone line, please. I know
Cast your
Fadiga
vote, cast your vote, stay or leave,
Cast your
stay or
vote.
leave.
Fadiga Velmio. Fadiga, you want to say something quick? I love Fadiga. My brother. And I told you, the mezzo leader. But Dama, open my phone line, yeah.
Open the phone line. Lead the people in the group.
Dama, open the phone line.
07777
Let me tell you this one. Hello? Your name and where you joining us from?
I'm Steven calling from
Steven, speak up, speak up. Well, I mean, what's your position? Should I stay or should I leave?
I want you to stay.
I should stay there, right? Thank you. Let me take the next one. Hello, your name and where you joining us from?
Hello?
Yes, your name and where you joining us from?
Hey, CEO, this is Sarah Swana calling from Minnesota.
Sarah, should I stay in the chat room or should I leave?
Consider yourself, and why you say the truth, CEO, remain that child, do not leave.
But I do what I see the poke out near and all. Thank you very much, Cyrus.
Oh, ghost man, don't leave, please.
Yeah, I'm the ghost. I'm the ghost. You can find me. We can find me. Thank you, Cyrus. Can we take this one? Can we take this one? Oh, I'm sorry, my friend. I hung up on you mistakenly. Go ahead, Dama. Take 10 more calls, please.
Okay, let me take this person here. Hello?
Hello, Dama.
You live? Stay or leave?
Yeah, I'm Abraham Data. Just stay. Don't leave.
All right.
Thank you very much. Let me take this one right quick. Hello, your name. Just call your name and answer the question. Should I stay or should I leave? Hello? All right, we'll come back to you. Hello, your name and where you joining us from?
My name is James Bleaton. I'm joining you from Minnesota.
Should I stay or should I leave?
Don't take one.
Hey, my man, the next time I tie my foot there. I'll tie my foot there, brother. Thank you very much. Dama, go ahead. Dama, go ahead.
Hello, let's hear you out, please.
Hello?
Yeah, stay or leave?
Stay.
All right, thank you. Simple. So now you call you just vote one time. Let's take this next person here on the line. Hello?
Hello?
Let's hear you out. Stay or leave?
Yeah, Daniel, Daniel, do not call me Ominga. I see you stay.
All right, thank you. Okay, so another stay. Let's take this person here. Hello? 1 minute, sir. Okay, stay or leave?
Yeah, let him stay there. I hope he will be sleeping there. He will not only just stay there. Let him stay there.
All right. That is in S. Stay, leave, sleep, stay, and sleep. That is in S. Let's take this next person here. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
You live. Let's hear you out. Stay or leave.
Okay. NPF sir joining you from Koya local county. Let him remain in the senator chat room. Let him be there to
All
know
right.
their let him be there.
Okay, thank you. Let's take this next person quickly. Hello. You live. Let's hear you out.
It's Johnny Khan calling from South Dakota.
Stay or leave.
Stay in. Don't leave. Stay in.
Okay, thank you. We've reached 15, or you still want?
Yeah, we're
15?
done. We're done. Thank you, Diamond. Thank you. We're done. I'm going to take a few more from my end. Folks are calling like crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, share the show. Your name and where you're joining us from. Please make it fast.
My name is Henry Tamakori. I'm calling you from South Dakota.
Henry, should I stay in the chat room or should I leave?
Oh, I want you to stay there. And can I be a witness so I can stay there with you, please?
No. You gotta turn into the spirit. Right now, we allow only one person at a time. Thank you very much. Thank you. Hello? Should I stay or should I leave?
You better stay there.
Okay. Thank you very much. Hello? Your name? Should I stay or should I leave?
Yeah, my name is Mormon Johnson. I'm calling for the state of Pennsylvania. Ghana used to have one of the same individual called Anas in the past, and he did extremely well, and they were able to reduce corruption within the Ghanaian government. So please stay.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to pause because everybody is coming on. I'm going to take only 2 more because I got to get back in studio with the rest of the team, and I got to upload a lot of messages again. A lot. I'm speaking to you right now. I'm just seeing the guys getting angry. I want to bring the most current right now. The last person that texts right now, I want to bring that message to you right now. Right now. One of the senators, they are so angry they're about to bust the TV. They're texting with anger. I want to bring that to you right now. Let me take 2 more. Just 2 more. Just 2 more. Hello? Your name?
Yes, Senator, how are you? This is your uncle, Uncle Pete, the man for all the counties.
Uncle Pete, talk to me, Uncle Pete. Should I stay or should I leave?
As the man for all the counties, you are hereby authorized to remain, never to leave, exposed to corrupt individuals.
Thank you. Thank you, Uncle Pete. Uncle Pete, thank you very much. Your name and where you joining us from?
Yeah, this is Jerry Kanga, man. I'm calling from Columbus, Ohio, man.
Talk to me, Jerry.
Live there and expose all their deeds, man.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, I have to stop because the guys in studio calling me. I have Dr. Francine Chinua Richardson. I have Mr. Isaac Vatoba, the former Chief of Staff to Mr. Collins. Honor Chief of Staff Isaac Vatoba, Mr. Collins. Cummings went home with 1.6%. Again, I have Al Hussein Yudia Fadiga, my dear brother and friend. I have Mr. Isaac Doe, the only sedition that not making any progress here on the show, but he must come. And I have Sis Glenn, you know, she took herself to Paris and beat our national team in the Olympics, but she's here. We want to celebrate her. And I have Uncle Sam Jackson that will always interrupt us. Whether good or bad, he will just interrupt. Uncle Sam, welcome to the show. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to upload all of the text messages today. I'm going to do it because I love Liberia the most. I'm going to do this because it's a form of reform. I'm going to do this because they must change. And some way, somehow, they will be careful. If we don't do this, that Senate will destroy our country. Do you know what is happening right now? The 150,000 that were given to the Senate, do you know that they are pressurizing LACE, LACE? They are creating their own company. They are creating their own private sector to use that money for themselves. Do you know that they are forcing the LACE director that say you must give me the money, and the money not supposed to be for them? Do you know what is happening? That if you want me out of that chat room, Liberia is done. I have to say that. I have to expose these guys. It's not under the executive mansion. It's not under the House of Representatives. It's not under the judiciary. If we want a complete reform, we must remain in the Senate chat room where everything is done. Before I give it up to the guys, the $21 million that they author or they attempted to author. The allegation of Fonati Kofa said to Americone, I was told we were going to reallocate 5 million of that money, and my office was to receive 1 million. And Yombly told me those are allegations that came from Fonati Kofa to Americone. Ask Fonati Kofa, ask Americone. Our country is on the time bomb. I must stay in the chat room. I must reveal to the Liberian people that which is right. I will create enemies, but that's okay. They may hate me, but that's okay. They may do everything. They may do everything to destroy this network. But with God above, our right to prove, we will overall prevail. Dr. Richardson.
Well, happy Friday to everybody. It's good to be here. I can understand why the senators might feel vulnerable. It's like someone kind of spying on you and you don't know who that person is and they know your every secret. So I definitely can understand that. But I'm trying to figure out the anger, the way they're expressing their thoughts in the chat room, the anger at each other names. What it suggests to me is they're observing that the Liberian people are not distrusting. There's distrust. The Liberian people are not trusting them. There's a lack of transparency. The Liberian people are telling you guys are not transparent to us. We need to be in your chat room. So it's really an interesting dynamic that's going on right now. So I want to see how it unfolds. I'm just surprised how they are treating each other. They're speaking of each other. My advice to them is just continue to do the Liberian people's job. You don't have to worry if you're doing the right thing, if you're making the right comments, if you're speaking for the Liberian people. You will not have to worry. You only have to worry if you're going down the wrong path. That's my advice to them. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Richardson. Ava?
Yes. For me, I believe in transparency and accountability. So I think it's a good idea. And as long as you are clear that you will not mess with the security risks, you will not put information out there that are not supposed to be out there. But if it's stuff that holding them accountable, I'm fine with it. Because if we look at something like WikiLeaks had benefits, some positive benefits, putting information out there, empowering whistleblowers. And hopefully you can empower your ghost personality who's in there, that you don't, disclose them at any point. And it challenges the power structure. It will make the guys probably change the tune, the way they just like flippantly discuss major national issues or dismiss some things. They will probably think twice before they say certain things in that room. And the thing is, they can go to a different room. Because they go to a different room, they still got to put all 30 senators in there, and they don't know who. So how do we investigate? They will ask everybody to bring their phone for them to see who transferred message to you or who forwarded messages to you. Then that person probably needs to start deleting the messages right now to you. But I don't think they have the capability, they have the cybersecurity know-how to really know who's doing it. So, for the sake of transparency, I wish all conversations around government were open except for top secret discussions for people to understand what's going on. And then for you to be talking now, we already talking about how they influence the budget, how they would go to, not only the senators now, but different people in the legislature, go to individual department heads and be telling them, say, oh, put X amount in the budget, and then go on the backside and collect that. No, that affects development. So if we can create a transparent society with what you're doing, then let's go for it. Stand up.
Thank you very much, Ava. Let me bring in Fadiga. He's going to say, well, I have a different thought on this one. That's his first opening. Go ahead, Fadiga.
I do have a different thought.
Just go ahead. I know, Fadiga. Go ahead.
I have a different thought on this. Well, I don't think that they should close the chat room. I think they should keep the chat room open. I've actually spoken with a couple of senators on this too. Actually, I think it was last week, and I don't think they should close the chat room. Look, two or three things have happened to humanity over the last decade or so. Social media and smartphone. I'll keep it at two. Back in the days when people used to use the 3310, it was easy to hide things. The world have changed. No AI, that's a third one that is evolving. So three things. So the world, the information dissemination mechanism have shifted in a different way. So you cannot hide things anymore. Government shouldn't be secret. People keep too much secret in this small country, even though they end up being open secret. But there are too many secrets here. If you have nothing to hide, uh, but with it, like I agree with Ava with the exception of national security information. If we're just discussing the budget and things, I think we should know. Citizens should engage the lawmaker, engage the official, and something. But there is this big barrier, between the people and those that they elect. They don't hold them accountable. They see them as demigod. That disparity is just too much, and they do not understand the power that they have to put people there and remove them. Until people can understand that they wield the greatest power in this country, they will not be able to demand. So the fact that you are bringing some of these things on, getting an insight into what is going on in there. I mean, I don't know what to make of it. I won't want my secret out there. I won't want anything I say in there. They feel naked. They feel vulnerable. But I like that we can see the vulnerability of our lawmakers. We can know that they are human and they are the reflection of every one of us. And I always say, those people are no different from us. You flip it around and you post some of the people that are criticizing them, even the people that are complaining here, it will be the same, because you know why? They are a true reflection of what the country is. That will make corruption and fighting all these things like very difficult, because the mindset is not different from the people that are there. So until we can put in system, like Ava would say, and stop relying on human, and to say the honor system. There isn't no honor system here. People can be corrupt. People have a tendency of being corrupt. Corruption is part of human DNA. Until we erect some checkpoint and put in some mechanism that will take away cash, we have it. We have fiber optic, we have internet here. Why can we move from cash to POS and all the different things and start bringing all the people? People don't want it because you know what? It takes away from corruption. It stops them from doing what they are doing. So stand up. You asked me, I said stay there. There's no way they can close the chat room. It's stupid that anybody would think they can close the chat room. Because if you open it again, there's somebody in there that will have access to it, except where they have click and it forms subgroups. Defeat the purpose. The group is for senators to get together and discuss. So make sure what you are discussing there. The worst thing that will happen is people will start putting sensitive information in there. So they will start finding alternative means of communicating, which I don't know how they would do it, but if you don't feel comfortable.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Eduardo. Let me bring in my sister, Glenda. Glenda, I understand we are here where we are. I love you, from heaven to back. I want to say this is big, If you get anything in our private chat room, please tell the people also. Share it.
Which chat are you, myself?
You boss again. You boss again.
Hello, everybody. It's good to be back. I mean, if you're in a chat, that just shows that everybody has to be careful. And it's a good thing that, you have the upper hand. You're in the chat. You're able to expose whatever is being said to the community. Nobody can fault you for it. It just means that you were able to penetrate their security to get in the chat. And so they can't control what you share. If you're in there or if someone is sharing the information with you, then it means that maybe that person who's in there is not satisfied with what is going on and wants it out there in the public. So no one can fault you for that. They have to, I won't say close the chat down, because to close the chat down will mean that then what you're doing in there, that means that they're doing clandestine activity in there. That's why they don't want you in there. But you're in the chat, so they should continue the conversation if there's nothing to be afraid of or nothing to be embarrassed about. But whoever put you in that chat, that person doesn't want what the conversation that's going on to be held, and they want it out in the public. That's why they did that. So what can I say?
We inside, we ain't going anywhere. Asido, you want to say something to us?
Yeah, hi to everyone. It's good to be here. Fariga, you've been talking all day. I know what you're talking about. But, Liberia is so upside down.
Why you just take what? What did Fariga do to you?
Liberia is so upside down until we now have 30 and a half senators. We have always had 30 senators, but now Liberia are half there now. Stanton Nampo, a half set there. Now we get 30 and a half senators. What kind of a country we have it today now? Like everything is so yamaskata, no understanding anymore. No understanding. When Abba was a small boy, they said they had 30 senators. Today they are half there. So everything they discuss, they have make and take it and bring it to us. Start with us. Fadiga, things not okay, brother. Things not going okay at all. Everything, no understanding. You go so other Yamahada, you understand it. You go to MPA, the people they're splashing party, celebrating. Why the other people?
We will come to other matters. We will come to other matters. Let's see what they chat everything.
No, that's my opening. Fadiga, he said, you can understand anything. You can understand anything. So
even and our words will still better.
So it's a good day to be on the show, Uncle Sam. Hi to see you and the rest of the folks. We'll have a good day today.
Thank you very much, Uncle Sam. Our only one uncle on the show, Uncle Samuel P. Jackson, the LSE. Talk to us, Chief.
What is standard? I mean, you being in the chat room is not surprising, but what is surprising for me, if I look at the chat threads and I look at the nature, quality, and character of the discussion, they're not saying anything about improving the lives of the people in the country. I mean, I don't see any big ideas being expressed in the chat room. I don't see any anxiety about lifting up the people of the country. I mean, it's all about self-interest. It's about budget and where monies will go, but it's not about monies that are going to go and have an impact. I mean, here you have a sluggish economy, people with no income. They had a very bad 26, and you're not even trying to, do some studies in terms of to determine how you're going to make some cash infusion to the poorest of the poor to improve aggregate demand. Businesses are suffering in this country. I mean, I go out there maybe once or twice a week, just to do a little survey, go to the stores, supermarkets on Tubman Boulevard, they're doing pretty good because those are like essentials, right? But besides that, you don't see, if you go to building material stores, you go to the factories, you go to restaurants, you go to hotels, you go to, just the economy is very sluggish. And I don't see these senators in there talking anything about what they're going to do. Especially the people who are in charge, because they are in charge. I don't see them talking about legislation. I don't see them making any proposal about some legislation for health, some legislation for education. No grand idea. This is it's really troubling because moving from the government that you guys derided so much, you say we're bereft of grand ideas, to come to this government now to have some new senators in there and they're not expressing any grand ideas. I haven't seen one senator yet come out and propose, not even in the chat room, but just out of the chat room, propose anything profound. Nothing profound. So what if there's that business? This business as usual. And all they're interested in is looking money for their pet projects, for their what they call it, pork barrel projects, but nothing for the people. And I can tell you, if this stuff continues for a couple of years, we're going to have a rough 6 years in this country. And I see all the signs. That's all I have to say.
Thank you, Uncle Sam. I'm going to read another. Folks, please take your picture, take your camera, take everything, your phone. You want to zoom in and take the picture of these text messages. I want to read more, and then we'll go to our show. We got a big show coming up today. Mama will be joining us with new development on all the stuff. We got very important information on what was on the front page newspaper as well. 3 individuals have been arrested because of transferring money from central bank. When Henry Samoa, the acting governor, took over, the transfer, somebody illegally transferred almost $1 million from central bank The question remains whether to SIB Bank or to IB Bank. When I receive the information, I will inform you guys. 3 individuals right now, they are in police custody from the bank. 3 individuals, they are in police custody. We got a whole story to that. And listen, we got recording. Also, recording. Invite your brothers and sisters, folks. I'm going to go ahead and read. There are so many from the chat room I can do, but just few. Okay? So listen to this. Let me read some of them again. Folks, 1. Some of you have never ever come close to keeping national state secret. Senator DeLong, you publicly, a person want to say accuse me and say excuse me, which I rejected. You got B-men. Okay, these are the senators speaking. I'm going to read them verbatim, right? I cannot correct the grammar because you're the grammar man here. Let me read what exactly they put it. Senator DeLong, you publicly excuse me. I hope they want to say accuse me, which I rejected. We got B-men and not girls to be throwing jabs and call names. DeLong is accusing somebody. Yes, Senator Conan shared his analysis up there after it was decided the matter will have been investigated and handled during the recast. I remember this very well. Let's listen. I have no issue with Senator Conan sharing his own analysis out there. We have problem with you forwarding messages from here. Wrong and must stop. Now, this is Senator DeLong and Senator McGill. Senator DeLong accusing Senator McGill of sharing information to Spoon. Senator DeLong is dead wrong. If we should point finger, we should point finger on Senator DeLong. But I am not privy to share my personal messages with me or any senator. So I will only share what is here. Okay? Nobody should point finger. Senator DeLong he does not have a moral right to accuse anybody because he's the number one that can share information. Okay? So he does not have no moral right to accuse anybody. When I was reading this thing, you know, I said, this is nonsense. I almost went in the chat room and comment. I was going to text in the chat room, but I said, no, I'm not going to do it. Because I think he accusing McGill is wrong. It's not McGill.
Well, so the
it's
two people they're accusing 2 people, Snow and McGill?
Yes, they are accusing them. But the person that doing the accusation, the person should watch themselves. Because none of these guys, right? You know who backing me not to share these messages? You know, but I will not reveal my personal messages with individual. I will not do that. So whoever accusing these people, they should start to accuse themselves. He said, I have no issue with
how you sound
like
let
me read it to that people. But man, I got the message. Where you may I know for far, but I follow the show. But I giving you the message.
I'm talking about Dylan. The way you made it sound, just like you know for a fact that Dylan himself forwarded messages.
I'm telling you that Dylan post I just photo accusing McGill. My man, chill. Let me read the messages, please. I have no issue with Senator Conan sharing his own analysis out there. We have problem with you forwarding messages from here. Wrong and must stop. We had same issue with Senator Snow, and he accepted and apologized. Some time ago, Senator Snow apologized. I don't know what he apologized for. Is it Senator Snow shared messages out there and he apologized? Yes, Senator Conan shared his analysis out there. I read this also. Yes, too, need to stop. Let me jump because we read it. Some of you guys who are sharing chat room information are behaving as though you are not the one. But we will expose you very soon. Take it easy now. You are too angry. Please, hurry up and expose so we can directly deal with such person, just as I am directly dealing with you and Senator Snow.
Oh.
You see that? They are fighting each other. Like Uncle Sam said, they got nothing to talk about, but they are concerned about the chat room. DeLong did not send any messages from this chat room to anyone that they don't speak in, because there is nothing to be shared. What relevance is sharing you ordinary conversation? Man, the senator then said they can't watch your text messages. Please They say, edit this to remove, not girls. Men are here acting like kids. Then all you have to say is this. Please, man, recording myself was a mistake. All you who have been sending text to Spoon will expose very soon. You say, Spoon is in the mind of these people. Spoon is in the head. Everywhere you go, they say Spoon. And they say somebody will be exposed. I don't know who will be exposed. Some of you guys who are sharing chat room information are behaving as though you are not the one. But we will expose you very soon. But we will expose you very soon. Guys, we got show to do today. I will bring the rest of the information out, but I like the first line when they start calling each other dogs, moron, and cats, and snake. Listen to your senator speaking. I share mostly the changes between Senator Nukwe and myself. So as I consider myself a veteran in this case, and so I have the right to call my perpetrator a dog. You're a damn dog among us, Mr. Perpetrator. They're calling each other dog. I'm reading exactly what is in here. This person has a psychological problem that requires treatment. He or she needs therapy. Dr. Richardson, I hope you're listening. You soon have a couple of clients. I hope he leaks this conversation to his benefactors, to morons. Let me say this. We got a show to run. Ladies and gentlemen, last the messages, I put it in our chat room. We are in some kind of chat room. One of the senators asked me today, why were we exposed to Spoon chat room? I said, please, if you want it, I can give it to you. You don't have to worry. You know who are in that chat room? Steven Johnson, Mo Ali, Gregor Kuma, Alex Coffey was there, I think, Dr. Toba Yenswa, and everybody you see coming on the show. Amos Tware, I think you have Commerce Minister there. Listen, me, nothing personal going in that chat room that I don't want everybody to know. And I told that person this morning, if you're having a conversation between two individuals, it's private. You should respect it. But anything that you say chat room that have more than one person in a group chat, it's not secure and it's not private. So we'll continue to expose these things because we got to help our country, especially the Senate. So I rest on this one for us to begin the show. It's 5:35 p.m. Eastern Time, 9:35 in Liberia. I'm going to move to bring you, we're done with this chat room thing. A lot of messages are not going there. Some of them, they are so bad, they're fighting each other, they're killing each other because Spoon have entered the chat room. Ladies and gentlemen, every time we come on the show, we will take out the very important issue from that chat room and we'll read it to you for you to know the mindset of your senators. Okay? Those are the people that are destroying our country every day. The allegation came forth. Let's jump into the conversation. That a conversation took place between Speaker Funati Kofa and Amara Kone and 14 other lawmakers in Funati Kofa office. And I say allegation. And Speaker Funati Kofa, he was speaking. And he said the reason why the shifting took place, they have agreed with some members of the executive. Listen to me and listen very well. They have agreed with some members of the executive that those lawmakers that will alter the budget, they will walk away with $5 million, Uncle Sam. And the executives can reappropriate between 15 to 16 million for their own. That's what makes some lawmakers so angry. And all of the $5 million, the Speaker office are going to be taking $1 million. They will get $1 million addition to the Speaker office, but they will allocate that amount in other areas that he can receive back. I think you know what I'm talking about, Uncle Sam. Yombly have agreed to take for her office to take $1 million as well. And the rest of the other senators would distribute $3 million. The alteration, we have gotten to a place of this alteration. Speaker Funati Kofa spoke to Amara Kone. These are the allegations. Lawmakers are waiting to testify on this one. And they say the one Funati Kofa to deny it because he said that's what Yombly told him. They want Yombly to speak to this as well. It is trouble. If these allegations are true, there must be a massive investigation of criminality within our legislature. I will give it to you guys to speak. And again, I'm saying this. These are allegations reaching the spoon decks. If these allegations are true, there's massive criminality within our legislature, and the Liberian people need to know this. The conversation between Amara Kone and Funati Kofa speaking about Yombly speaking to Funati Kofa, the speaker, is concerning, and we are documenting all these things. We want the international partner to know that Liberia is up for doom. Dr. Richardson.
Well, they already appear to have an investigation going on right now, but I'm on investigation. I think they need an outside independent body to sort of come out with non-biased statement. I think the whole legislature needs to be audited. They came out and said, oh, they did a system audit. I did read and saw there was some financial mismanagement. That is, if they have a history of doing that, what to say that this financial mismanagement cannot occur again? But again, it's an allegation that I feel like a independent party outside of the legislature supposed to investigate. Their own investigators might not tell us the full story or tell me the full story. So that's what I have to add to the conversation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Asiva.
Again, it comes to the issue of transparency, accountability, standing by what you say, standing on your principles. If we can get that from our legislators, that would be great. But the stories are too many. We don't have like real proof. So somebody has to have a recording. Someone has a recording of what happened to really bring it forward and say this is the proof, or will it be you say and I say? So these things are significant in terms of the kind of dollars they're talking about in the Senate. I haven't seen the audit of the Senate. I saw the HR or the Central Administration audit that was done, but I haven't seen whatever system audit or pre-system audit they did for the Senate. But if the excerpts that Mame has been posting of what coming out of the audit, that they can't account for nearly 7 million this other amount of million year, then it's very scary, because you don't need to have a computer system to have a system. A system can exist without technology. Yeah. Not that is good. There's still issues, right? Technology solves everything, but technology limits the interaction, the physical interaction of people with cash, where they say, oh, the person got to come over here and actually take $5 million from the counter, or from the central bank, or wherever location where those financial resources are coming from. So that's why I can't wait for the Senate and the House to go through a real reform process where they can look at the financial management system, they can look at the HR system, they can look at the procurement system, they can introduce technology, they can integrate all of those. And to the extent, I don't know what the extent of IFMIS financial integration is supposed to be, where it's at now, but every point in the government needs to be integrated from an e-government perspective in terms of both operations and service. So I don't know where we are with that, but that's why I've always advocated for us to have an IT czar or somebody's in the president's office who direct technology, because all these ministries, agencies, legislative bodies want to operate in a silo, and government cannot be effective. Development can never happen if we are operating in a silo. So we need integration across government, and hopefully there is somebody on the boycott side who's listening, who is pushing towards developing some system in government where there's integration across everywhere that we can really account for these dollars, because it just money is too loose in our system.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Abba. Fadiga, please.
I do agree with Isaac. Most developed countries have put in place those measures so that it can bring some not only check and balance, but make it difficult for people to make way with public funds. But there are a lot of things, and Uncle Sam said something the other time. He said he was shocked for someone that they have seen any kind of audit like this in the legislature and some of the things that have gone on. Look, I don't know whether to be hopeful or to scream, but there's so many things that have gone on, and I'm still baffled how it went on for this long with so many smart people not doing anything about it. I only found solace in the fact that there is some semblance of somebody taking initiative to get it done now. But for this to go on for too long and nobody doing anything about it, it's sickening. I don't know how we can fix this problem. It's moving at a snail pace. The fact that we're seeing these audit, whether it's system audit or real audit, I don't think it's moving fast enough. I think we need to do more to get it in order, because we cannot just be wasting public funding. Money just sounds too good to be true. That people can easily move around millions of dollars with no accountability whatsoever. The ease at which people can do it, and the fact that it's being done, and nobody can do anything about it. But again, like I said earlier, I found solace in the fact that we got Spoon in the chat room, we got social media, things leaking out. Probably we are on the right road. Probably the more we talk about it, the more we expose it, the more we have conversation around this, probably we can minimize it or alleviate it. But other than that, I'm tired talking at the problem. I think we need to move to solution based. Start holding people accountable, whether it's current administration or past administration. We need to start holding people accountable. Start going back to the drawing board, teaching our young kids about the danger of corruption and how it affects the country and affect development, national development, because it just, I don't know, some way we got to put it into it. How we do it is where we need that national conversation. Because until then, we'll just be talking at the problem with a solution. I think I'm more in the space now where I think we need solution.
Like I was in a conversation today, Fadiga, and you're right. And someone was speaking, and I said, listen, so we do agree that since 2018 to 2023 December, a lot of discrepancy, a lot of corruption. What's the way forward?
Exactly.
What's the way forward? I mean, we can name them all, right? We can name senators, we can name representatives, we can name former minister, current minister, but what's the way forward? But we need to identify the past, and Uncle Sam will agree with me, and put in place guidelines that we shouldn't repeat these things. Uncle Sam, is all yours, sir. Talk to us on this allegation that is coming. And just to confirm, Uncle Sam, it is true they had a conversation. I'm receiving text message. I'm asking people right now that Amara Kona and Funati Kofa spoke on this issue. And the question they are asking, who told Spoon? But I can say this. When Amara Kona and Funati Kofa were speaking, I would say it openly, the speaker was recorded because he had all the lawmakers in his office. I'm not saying this to push or scare anybody, but I just answered this person and say who told Spoon about the conversation between Amara Kona and Funati Kofa, just to confirm the allegation I'm bringing forth. Uncle Sam.
Look, this is very disappointing on so many levels. Post-war, I mean, we had our issues. We went to war, and then in 2003, we set up a transitional government. the international system spent billions here to try to build capacity. When I came home, I didn't want to be a development economist. I from the street world, I was trying to make two major things. But it's like, okay, so all these guys are going to school now. We have a lot of people with master's degree, PhDs, people trained at all levels, you know? And what is it about having a proper research bureau at the national legislature in both houses? What is it about bringing economists, accountants, and other professionals to set up proper accounting system? What is wrong with them having a czar, a technology czar? They don't even have a website, for crying out loud. A website. You know, how do you do tech? You can do electronic town hall meetings. Electronic town hall meetings. You don't have to spend all that money going to some of those administrative districts where there's internet. You can talk to your people that way. There is so much innovation and creativity that they can bring, but they basically, and you know, and I'm going to say this, and I know you guys may disagree, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and the Unity Party really upended and spoiled the move to really radically change Liberia and make Liberia a better country. Imagine 17,000 unmanned troops. When she first became president, she was guarded by U.S. Secret Service. There should be no fear of putting in the systems. But she started bribing. She paid the first bribery. And I challenge anybody, you know, they call party to say it's not true. When she appointed Wallace Knuckles, a non-engineer, to the post of Minister of Public Works, that's when she started to bribe. If you read the pre-publica report, bribery of the legislature to ratify some All Blacks came from Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. So we're not auditing the 12 years, but a rotten carcass doesn't occur immediately. It's a thing that it grows and it festers. I mean, the fact that we don't have a system in the national legislature, and I was there 2 days ago, there's no light. People, excuse my language, using water to flush toilets in the national legislature in the 21st century. A borehole. Ask Samuel Jackson, old man, we're able to pay $200 to get a borehole for my house with submersible pump to pump in every room in this house, every bathroom, it can be flushed. You know, why can't they do that? Solar panels for continuity of electricity over there. You know, there's something inherently wrong with the thinking of the people in this country. And that is the one that is basically the national legislature is a reflection of who we are. It's a reflection of who we are. The leadership in the country cannot rise above the people because that leadership comes from us. And if this is all that we have, 177 years, 14 years of war, and this is all that we can produce, now let me tell you something shocking. Liberia is the poorest country in the Mother River Union and the second poorest country in West Africa. Where only Niger is poorer than we are. If that is not troubling to your generation, if that is not troubling to people that are in power, okay, you said Georgia did nothing about it, but you have the opportunity now to set up the systems so as to improve the lives of these people. Because I can tell you, if this continues 10 years from now, Liberia will cease to exist because the younger generation will not tolerate the elite, you know, continue to take advantage of them that the way they've been doing.
Thank you, Sam.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Glendy?
So I think I've already pointed out to what is important, what is needed, and it's just one word: transparency. When you're transparent, people will not have doubt of you. When you're transparent and you're doing the right things, people will not be trying to record you. Conversations will not be leaking out. These are people who, for example, Speaker Kofa, who's worked in a foreign country and knows what systems should be in place, how things should be done correctly. I read the pro tem statement the other day where she said that there's an audit going on. They're not going to be running the Senate business in the public. But some of these things, when we're hearing it, it is important for them to address them. You can't continuously leave the public in doubt. I would hope that Amara Conan, if he's listening or watching, that he will say something about this. That's why it is that you don't want to come and be open and be discussing every single thing that we hear in the public, but it's important because these things are concerning. If the funds are not allocated for you, why are we giving the speaker $1 million? Why $1 million go into his office? These things are concerning. And it shouldn't be left untouched. It shouldn't be left undone for Liberians to just continue to believe and carry stories and not know what the truth of the matter is. They have to be transparent. And if these different leakages of story will propel them to become transparent, then let the stories continue. Let the information sharing continue. Those who want better for Liberia and they're in the Senate or they're in the House, let them keep sharing the information. Perhaps, like Fadiga said, maybe this will in the end, it will project them into a direction that there will be good governance. But such a thing is disheartening to hear. We're just hearing the story, the preponderance of stories we keep hearing and hearing and hearing, and there are no redress. They're not saying anything. They're not saying that loud. They're not saying that true. We keep hearing, we keep talking about it. At some point in time, it has to concern them too, to come out and speak the truth to the Liberian people. And that's the least they can do.
Thank you very much, Glenn. My fellow Liberians, this is a very, very serious time in our country. Make no joke. We come on the show and laugh because sometimes we got to just relieve ourselves of stress and a very long day. But it is concerning. When I heard the information, the conversation between Amara Conan and Fonati Kofa, that they were reappropriating that which was altered from the budget, $21 million. All of the $21 million, $5 million will be going back to the lawmakers. The Speaker office he said, Yombly told Fonati Kofa, he will be given $1 million to his office, $1 million will go to the pro tem office, and the rest of the top right in the legislature will divide $3 million. So they will allocate that money into the places of interest and in return get the money back. These things been happening. Fonati told Amara Conan this. This thing been happening. Lawmakers are so angry. I will agree with who said there should be an independent investigation. But we'll get there. We'll expose everything we see. We'll expose everything we hear. We'll expose everything we smell. Because without the media, the fourth estate, especially those independent media, our country will be doomed. So before I bring in Dr. Richardson, who will speak last day, I think you spoke already, Dr. Richardson, on this issue. Let me bring in Mame. Mame, talk to us. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Stanton. Unfortunately, I was not following and I didn't follow the line of discussion, but I listened to Uncle Sam talk about the poverty situation in the country, and I listened to Glennie spoke about the need for transparency. I will just align my thoughts with that, and then gradually we can all sink into the real topic. Uncle Sam, you are right. It brings pain to any patriotic Liberian heart to see your country continue to be classified in that manner. The Unity Party has a serious challenge since the war ended. 18 years of leadership, 12 under Unity Party, 6 under George Weah in the CDC, and another 6 under Unity Party. It is a burden they will have to carry. You can distinguish President Bouaka, he was vice president, he was not president, and not making all the decisions. I agree with that. But he's now in power, he's been associated with it for 12 years. It is his responsibility. So this call is to the young folks in the Unity Party, the educated, uneducated, semi-educated, those young, vibrant people in the Unity Party. This is a call to you. Your party is facing the wind of poverty. It is your time to decide whether it will be business as usual, you will leave governance to few elderly people and people who not having specific interest in the future of the country, but just trying to retire with money. If you will leave the future of your party in their hand to decide, it will be up to you. But I will tell you, you will lose. It is time that you wake up. Those young folks in Unity Party, it is time that you wake up and hold your government accountable. Hold your legislators accountable. This is the moment to do so. Everybody in 2024 that is talking about not running a public office on social media, the person need to go and rethink. If you are in 2024 and you arguing that without running public office like a political house of a Senate in the media, go rethink. Go and see on the pages of the president of the US, all the great leaders in the world. Go see the pages of the speaker and other parliamentarians across the world. Go see what's happening. You have to wake up. This is the new dispensation. It is social media. It is technology. Nothing is in secret any longer. You only have to adapt and adjust yourself to the reality. If you can't do so, you will live in pain with your heart for the rest of your life. If you're in public service, nobody say you can't have your meeting on social media, but you must report. That's where the people are. That's why the people listen. That's why the people are engaged. So, I mean, Rescue Mother, this is the new dispensation. You just have to adapt to it. You can't take us back into secrecy. You can't take us back into the time we only had 2 radio stations. You have to come forward to where we are now. We are living the digital age. We are living the age of social media information dissemination. This is the age that you have to adapt to. You have to be regular with your updates. You have to inform us. We want to see your budget online. After 3 months, we want to see your budget performance report online. You have to do so. We want to see your procurement plan online. There's nothing in secrecy any longer. So adapt and let's move forward together. We're not going backward.
I want to say thank you very much, man. Folks who will be shifting this thing is very important. Except any one of you, we got to talk about Mama get a special piece. That once he's settled, you see he's trying to balance himself out. But if you guys want to interact while we close on this allegation on between the conversation between Americone and Fonati talking about allocating and distributing the money, this is big. We got more coming on this story. We will be getting into it more, but this is very big. I want to say that the Sunday show coming up will be huge. Again, we will be speaking to the individual, to the topic that is trending in the country. Where are we as a country? Where are we as a nation? I mean, we fought. The rescue team control the Senate. Seditions control the House of Representatives. But where are we as a people? Yombi Kanga Lawrence, the Albert Che, the DeLong, the James Bannon, the Prince Mui. Man, you can see the fingers, the hands, everything in the cookies jar. They are quiet, they are silent, they cannot speak. Because the forces taking the fight onto them. If you guys get anything to say, 30-second quick. We got to move on to other conversations. So I will give it 30-second. Whoever want to add anything, we can speak now before we move on. Anything you guys want to add before we move on?
Yes, I want definitely. The legislature, the responsibility for expanding our economy and creating jobs is not only with the executive. The legislature should also play an active part. They gotta bring some of these bills, some level of how we can empower and monetize liberalization. And it doesn't have to be handing money over the counter to people. It can be identifying and vetting businesses that have the potential to be viable and sustainable and invest in them through loans, not necessarily grants. And if people say they want to do business, yes, if you can bootstrap and get the money, but you can credit the money from somewhere, then you can turn the money over. A lot of market women credit money and they make that money back. So why can't we elevate it to small and medium businesses that can do these things? I mean, I'm looking at one of my spreadsheets here. In all the different sectors, whether it was incinerator, window, doors, siding plants, brick and tire plants, sheet metal, sewing machine assembly, shoes and textile manufacturing, soap and detergent, furniture and office storage, bicycle assembly plants, machinery, all of that back in the day were in Liberia. Why we can bring that back today? It's possible, but we need all of us coming on, not nearly all of us, but most of us coming on the same page and projecting that development, wanting to create jobs for the young people, wanting to train and build capacity. And that's the way we would do it. And also tap into Liberians who do have the resources, the other Liberians in the diaspora that government can reach out to and say, look, we want you to be part of this job creation process. Bring your ideas to the table. You've done it in other people's countries. Come help us do it in our country. So that humility, that desire to work with other Liberians, if it can all come forward, we can make it happen.
Thank you very much, Alva. Thank you very much. Again, we are getting in a very serious conversation here. I want to bring to your attention, especially I will start this one with you, Uncle Sam. Then we'll go around the table. We'll go back to our brother Fadiga. Uncle Sam, it came up today, Front Page Africa. Let's look at the main story here, theft at CBL. Uncle Sam, theft at CBL. We got a recording we want to play. And if you want to read the Front Page Africa, go online. The full story is there. But we got this information that came to me. It came to me Sunday night. This information came to me. I was sleeping, right? When I received the information, I forwarded it to those in authority. They said the head of the operation at Abbey called his former boss in the afternoon, August of this month, and told him to revise that transfer because he wasn't in the know and didn't know who made the transfer. When I received this information, then I follow up. I said, which transfer are you talking about? And Librarian listened well. And I said, which transfer are you talking about? They said, oh, while they were transitioning Fadiga, you know, they just put Henry Samoa to be the acting governor. $1 million left the central bank. So I thought it was the $8 million that Bwaga gave free to SIB Bank. They said, no, Stanton. $1 million was transferred illegally into another account. So then I began to investigate. You know, I love to talk. When I reached out to folks in government, they said, Stanton, it's true. They confirm it. They said the $1 million left central bank illegally, covertly, transferred into another account, but Stanton, we're backing you. Don't say anything. We are on an ongoing investigation. I mean, I can say this because it's in the newspaper. I spoke to our sources, one of which, and I must respect him, is Samora, Henry Samora. I reached out to him. Henry said, Stanton, I cannot stop you to do your job. I'm saying it on the show because I spoke to the acting governor, Henry Samoa. He said, I cannot stop you, but he said, please, you will interfere with our ongoing investigation. Ava, you hear it? He said, as an acting bank governor at Central Bank, gave us this one, Stanton, don't say anything. So I kept it since Sunday to today. When I saw it in the paper, and front page also received that. Rotten CA received the information, as you can see here. We begin to investigate, we begin to dig, then we receive an audio. They were carrying on the investigation. Folks, share this, is very important. Somebody illegally moved money. Then another group said it was SIB Bank. Another group said it was IB Bank. So which one? The audio is very clear. We will play you the audio. They carry on the investigation, and 3 individuals right now, they are under the Liberia National Police custody. Right now. Right now. They are with the Liberia National Police. Good job at Front Page Africa, Rotten CA and his team. Brilliant job. I was keeping it. Rotten was keeping it. So when they have concluded the investigation about the story came out. Sometimes we love to work with people that love to work with us in the media. Because if we're going to go ahead and run with that story, those 3 that are under investigation and at the Liberia National Police, probably they were going to escape. We have the name of the 3 individuals. I choose not to call their names. But it's more. It's not only the 3 individuals. It's top individuals that make the quick transfer. But again, we should give it to Henry Samoa. And I say this on the record. He asked the bank to reverse the transfer, Uncle Sam. He said to the bank, it shouldn't go through, stop it and send it back to Central Bank. The internal fight they have at CBN right now, I'm not going into it, but they stopped it. And the money didn't go through, and Central Bank got the money back. And the 3 individuals in the police custody. Let me play this recording. Please listen. It's a recording. I want you to please listen. Let me play this. I was told I can play this, so let me do it.
6, 2024. The acting executive governor of the Central Bank of Liberia, Mr. Henry F. Samoa, brought to the attention of the Internal Audit Department a real-time gross settlement transaction from the Central Bank of Liberia to the International Bank of Liberia. The amount involved in the transaction is $961,777 United States dollars. Intended for on-road transfer to a beneficiary account at SRB. Acting Executive Governor Samoa commissioned an investigation into the transaction led by the Internal Audit Department and determined that the nature in which the transaction was initiated, authorized, and subsequently transferred could have defrauded the government of Liberia. It could have also brought the Central Bank of Liberia to a potential risk.
Okay, so you know who's speaking, you know who on that recording, you know it was said. We want to just establish something here. The risk factor that Pierre was talking about, you have to understand. We that come on the show every evening, some things we hold back. And that's the working relationship we should have with the government and some good people in this government. Because there will be no way, when I receive that information, if I were to put it out, folks are going to run. We are talking about almost $1 million illegally transferred. Uncle Sam, what's your fear, Uncle Sam? What's happening?
All, let me provide some degree of education to our people out there. Our TGS is something called real-time gross settlement. And let me tell you what that means. The Central Bank of Liberia is a reserve bank. So it is also a clearing bank. What does a clearing bank do? Banks write checks on each other, right? And they don't send the money from one bank to another. It is a central bank that acts as the depository for these checks. So every commercial bank in Liberia has an account at the central bank. If you write a check, your account in that settlement account will be debited, and the bank in which received the money, the account will be credited, right? So what they're doing in the RTGS right now is in an electronic system. Remember back in the old days, you used to play the float in America. You can go to Walmart, give them a check. They take 3 or 4 days before the check clears. But right now, you go to Walmart, you give them a check, they zap it out of your account. That's real-time gross settlement, right? So what this transfer was coming from the central bank and going to IB Bank to be further transferred to SIB Bank. So what they were doing is using the IB Bank as the conduit, and they finally get to the end user or the end account where the money was going to. But what happened was the new acting governor, I'm sure he has a system to, with large amounts of transfer. He probably has a system where it was flagged. Once it was flagged, he went and he dived into it. And when he dived into it, he found out this is a suspicious thing. And that's when he alerted the internal auditors. The account at IB Bank was opened in September of 2018. So they've been putting small amounts in there. So this was an opportunity now. I believe when the corporates believed that there was a change at central bank, they were going to use this transition to mango the system to transfer this money. And then guess who would have been the victim? The victim would have been the reserve, the money that is kept at the central bank. And then we would have been responsible to put this money back into the central bank, because the money in the central bank, the reserve money, does not belong to the central bank. It belongs to the commercial banks. And the central bank only acts as a depository institution for them. So that's the explanation.
But Uncle Sam, that is a serious issue there, though.
It is.
You have one group leaving the bank, and you have the fast transaction. I was able to speak to some of our legal sources, and they said this is not about the 3 individuals that are in prison. This is about some other members, very, very hard members, governors that were leaving the bank. They know of this transfer, but it says, Stanton, leave it like that. Stop right there, because the investigation is ongoing.
Yeah. So Stanton, it's important for us to know the origin of this. So there has to be a source document in the central bank initiating the transfer. And then all of the chain of custody, the chain of authority associated with that. $900,000 cannot just be transferred out of the central bank without a chain of proper authority. It originates from someplace, and it probably go through 3 or 4 stages, and there must be final authority at an officer level. At that kind of amount has to come out of. I don't know whether it goes to governor, deputy governor, but somebody in management must have the final authority. That's that when you take a large check to a bank in the United States, right? The teller will not be able to authorize you taking that money out. She probably has to go to an officer in the office in the bank. Then the officer would now put those final checks to filter them. They have to have certain tick marks, okay, before they can pay that money, especially if it's an over-the-counter transaction.
Thank you very much. Let me bring in Dr. Richardson, Avad, Fadika, and Glennie. I'll take your minute or so on this one, Dr. Richardson.
Well, I'm waiting until someone is held liable, held responsible for the investigation that is going on. A couple of weeks, we heard a lot of suspicious transactions coming out of the central bank. I've never seen a bank where people can transact business over the counter to pay their vendors. I've never seen a bank where they give employees money to pay, like we're talking about millions of dollars where to pay vendors. And then of course, a lot of times in business, when there's a transition going on, people don't make major decisions like transferring, almost $1 million. I don't understand what is happening. It's very, very suspicious for me. But notwithstanding, I believe that whoever is held liable, we should see it. We should see this person penalized for their behavior. This is the problem that I have with my country. We'll come and give all of these shortcomings of our government, of the businesses, of Liberians themselves, and then this investigation will just kind of be put to the side, pushed under the rug. This is a new day, new way of doing business. So I hope that whoever is responsible for, making this transaction, like Uncle Sam said, that it should have somebody sign that paper. Somebody knows something. All right. And that person should be questioned and asked, why are they transferring money in the midst of transition? In the midst of what I have to ask, Stanton.
Thank you very much. Glenda, you want to come before Ava?
I think we're all making it a sign that people stealing money openly. When they catch the rogue, they must do what needs to be done to rogues. Finish. This has to stop. There has to be someone that they need to set an example on. And that will serve as a deterrent to stop doing this. This is wrong. Why are they hiding the people that they put in jail? Are they questioning right now? Let us know who they are. How is this country going to get better when they steal anything about LeBron and stealing that small money they can call? Big money, millions. 1 million, 20 million, 25 million, no thousand. Poor country, one of the poorest country in the world. They just steal millions like it's like that water they're wasting around. Well, we'll continue to do what we do. Come on, yeah. Wanting better for Liberia, sacrificing the time to talk about it. We're glad that Spoon continues to air us some of these information, also to Front Page Africa. But these things, they should not be tolerated. And I think also you look at, I think sometimes the government too right now, they're acting too slow. Just catch one road and say example on our first road. Then all the other roads they will learn themselves.
Thank you very much. Ava.
Yeah, so people can understand anything. It's just that mobile money transfer that people were doing. When you say very low, $75 right now, I won't pay for the thing. They just hit their left $5 from the mobile money account, the money comes to your account. So basically, that was a direct transfer from the central bank, wherever account, straight into this other bank. This real-time gross settlement, that's how it works. So that means it was hitting whoever account was going to go to, it was going to hit that account right away. And now, since it was a pass-through from RB to SRB, whatever. But the bottom line is, from the from the Crow report, there was requests for the central bank to reform this instantaneous handling of money, the processes involved. It seemed like Talu then didn't do anything when they were over the last 6 years, So for them to be treating the central bank like Wira market or like some kind of money changing shop is very disappointing. This is where monetary policies should be set. But the only thing it seems like happening is monetary exchanges where we pay money out of the central bank coffers that we can account for. Now, the system in Liberia is a mule system. If people can remember the drug system, people used to swallow drugs for people, and they probably still doing it. Carry jet the other day to our borders. We saw the market winning. They had a flour saw. They had drugs in the bag. And they say, oh, they're putting home at the market women. But anything coming in the country got to be searched. Stuff going on got to be searched. That's just smart process. Yes, we don't have the technology to really detect some of the criminal activities going on to just scan something and know that drugs are not drugs. So the people got to do it manually. But the point is, many of these younger people or people in these banks are mules for these higher ups. They are the one who go to receive the money and bring it. They can't account for it. They probably get 1,000, 2,000, while the other person get 500, 600,000. So example has to be set with these people and let us know that this government is not only focusing on the previous government, but it's also cleaning itself, because the system is there. The corrupt system exists. The cartel exists. Whatever you want to call it, it exists in government, and it has to change, or we keep going down here as a country. These young people will not have the opportunities. People will just suffer in poverty. Liberians will not even be able to start business and stuff. There will be no excess capacity or excess resources to do anything. So I hope this government, I hope my schoolmate from Cottonelle, also 12 Minister of Justice, can really focus on these people and be able to take care of business. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and thank you very much. Let me bring in Fadiga. Fadiga, talk to us on this issue, please.
Well, a lot of stuff. I'm curious to know who opened that account in 2018. I want to know, what was that $55,000? Somebody, I'm experiencing feedback. I want to know who authorized the 55,000 without any evidence of work done. Look, people don't want us to talk about what happened in the last 6 years. And I do not have any problem with us going back beyond the last 6 years. But what is fresh in our mind and that we can gather real-time evidence of are those last 6 years. Mysterious things happen. And people will call it wishing, call it whatever you can. But for someone just in this short transition to try to make away with, I think, $961,777, and think that they almost got away with it, it's shocking. It's shocking, and I don't think people should be hard in the center. I think those names, those arrested from Africa, they didn't call the name. I don't know why. You're not calling the name. I don't know why, but I think these are the kind of names that needs to be out in the public.
We'll call it in tomorrow. I'm just seriously. We'll call the names tomorrow.
You need to have those people names in the public, because this was a bank heist. This is one of the biggest bank heists, attempted bank heists we have seen in recent time. It reminds me of these movies there on Netflix, different heists, and I love watching this thing where the people were going the board of spin to make way with money. It's just that these guys didn't go. So what else don't we know? The other report, I'm still looking at it and I'm scratching my head with the ease at which the people are using this central bank like a piggy bank. They had no self-restraint. They took money at will. But again, it boils down to the deterrent mechanism. Look, when you do the crime and do the time, it deters you or anybody that want to commit similar crime from even thinking on it. That is what other Western countries have done. That is what successful nations have done. But in Liberia, in my lifetime, I have never seen any official taking government money and being punished for it. Not even a low man, the high man, or something. So people still believe that they can get away with it, manipulate our corrupt justice system, manipulate the system, and get away with it. So everything that we are saying now will mean nothing. All the arrests will mean nothing until we see people thrown behind bars with hard labor. Don't just go in jail. Then they be on government farm, cleaning grass. Look, in other countries like Singapore, China, they execute people for corruption. The Chinese people, China will go to, they execute people for corruption. But in Liberia, we play lip service to it. I think we are still playing lip service. What we are doing here, in as much as we have elevated this discussion, and we are talking about it, and it pains us to see the level of poverty in this country. People begging everywhere. I saw this older gentleman, Akinomi, crying, begging, oh, something. For how much? Sometimes you can't even bear something. Today we were at Marisha, we and the vice president were there. The crowd of people that came, he gave her money how to go, money upon money. People just there begging. People in this country can't eat. Our people look malnourished and very tight in the body because our people don't even have a decent meal a day. Some people go to bed hungry. And, and people, what's so much they're going to do with that money? And, it saddens me. And, when we keep talking about money. I know how hard it is to make money in America. To even see that amount of money. And the level of ease for people to be passing around $961,000 poop out of the central bank. Where else can that happen? Only in this baby Miami. Only in Liberia. It's sad.
It is sad, and we'll continue to flag it. It's the best we can do, but they have bigger hands. Seriously, the money wasn't only moved by junior staffers. No, so Uncle Sam, you're quite correct. But I can only speak with limitation because of the ongoing investigation. We'll call those names tomorrow, and the government, they are in position to go after those involved, those bigger hands. But it's scary. It's not conversation I had yesterday, Fatika. It's not only this money. Other money will move in the transition period. When people knew that they were about to be fired, they were about to be removed, the allegation that they moved different amount in different accounts. So the bank is investigating, and the government is seriously investigating. But the people money, some were successfully moved, Uncle Sam. Some were successfully moved before a whistleblower came up, and Samoa had to reverse this last transaction. I said, come in, then we'll go to Mame.
Well, sorry, I know I've been in and out because you can see at the back I'm in the kitchen. Yeah, I was listening to the conversation. My understanding is you are talking about the accusation of close to $1 million that was moved from the central bank to I think RB Bank or SIB, one of the banks, by 3 of the employees, as reported by Front Page Africa. I'm speaking on the assumption now that this is credible, this is truth, this is sincere. These are the highest level of bad behaviors in places. I had the opportunity to listen to Uncle Sam a bit, and Uncle Sam is right. To make transfers from bank to other banks, especially with certain amounts, you absolutely need certain level of proven authority before that goes through. There will be a lot of processes that will have to be checked, marks, or okay before that can be done. So if this was indeed illegally done based on an act of corruption, it wouldn't be from 3 small people. Yes, they may have initiated the process because the initiation will start from down the line, but the end process before it leaves the central bank to the other bank has to have the involvement of some top brands. And truth being told, I'm one person when it comes to the issue of banking and things that don't like this big kind of speculation. We will hope this will be one of those investigations that will have ending and we will get reports, because we have been having too many investigations with no end in sight that we don't know what happened at the end of the day. I wouldn't want people to use these kind of big issues to just score political points, showing that certain bad things were happening, and then we don't get to find out what was the end result of the investigation. or moving almost $1 million, looking at it from the angle wherein there's no legitimate reason for moving it over, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. And you want to ensure the perpetrators can be held at the highest. That can only be possible, though, if sincerity is placed into the issue of investigation. And at the end of the day, there comes a report, good or bad. So we know how to move on. Yes, this was alleged to have been done. XYZ investigation was being conducted. This is the reason why it happened, or it happened illegally. Then we know how to go. But I'm afraid we only discuss this today. It will just live in the public that somebody sent, almost $1 million out of CBL. But then we'll never get to discuss it again, because there may be no more report coming out, and we wouldn't know how it will end. We wouldn't know how it happened, right or not right. But the most important thing, the authorities have to get to the bottom of it and ensure, these kind of things you can put safeguarding processes on. I don't know how in CBL or in any banks in Liberia, these things can just happen with ease like that. I mean, there should be safeguarding measures that will detect anything that is going on wrong, because there will be processes by which things happen. If you need any documents, there will be system on.
Thank you very much, Minister Doe. It's always good having you. Mohammed?
I will say two things. Are you observing what I'm observing? In Liberia, the fight against corruption mostly targeted at the ordinary staff, the junior level staff. Those at the top, they are untouchable. They can steal and you congratulate them. They can steal or they allegedly steal and you celebrate them. Right at this central bank. Now we're hearing they say they're in police custody. They are in police custody because of a suspicious transaction. And I'm not justifying anybody's criminality here. I'm just trying to point your eyes through the impartiality in the fight against corruption that is focused on junior staff and exonerate the big staff. That's why I want to point your attention. They are currently in police custody for suspicious transaction. The audit report of the central bank identify more than $50 million worth of suspicious transaction. All the big sharks associated with those suspicious transactions are passing free. Nobody asking them. Over $50 million worth of suspicious transaction written in the General Auditing Commission report. But all the big sharks associated with those suspicious transactions are walking free. No police have called them. No LACC have invited them. In some cases, they've been congratulated. In some cases, they've been celebrated. But because it is too junior level staff, somebody wants to show a point that they're fighting corruption. Good. We congratulate you. We appreciate you. But what we want to tell you is, we're too big for this thing. We're too smart for this thing. If you really ready to fight the corruption at the central bank, do not stop at the junior level staff for 900,000 transfer. There is an existing audit report that is pointing to over $50 million worth of suspicious transaction initiated signed. We have documents. Center on the show saying, the people say don't talk. We have documents, we have checks approved by deputy and managing director, executive governors of the bank that they've asked us to hold. Why are you now going after these people too? But only the junior staff for 900,000. I wish you well in that process. But we're too smart enough to identify that your fight against corruption at the central bank specifically is only focused on junior level staff and it's not holistic. We'll point that out, not to justify the people's criminality, but to expose the insincerity and the partiality in the fight against corruption at the central bank. There is an audit report, over 50 million suspicious transactions. Go after the people. Go after them.
Yeah. So, oh, there you are. Go ahead.
All right, thank you, Dr. Richardson. To what you are saying, I want us to bring this up. Take a look at this. Can anyone tell who is Jane Bowie? August 16, today, 2024. A check was written to Jane. I think I'm pronouncing the name right. It's not James, maybe so. We just received this copy of 25,000.
Jesus.
Asido, let me start with you on this one. Because Mommy says something. These things happen, and are we rewarding people now for, I think, Asido, help us, bring us up to speed on this one, sir.
Well, Stanton, thank you. And partly I will agree with Manny when you talk about the insincerity of things that are happening today. Let's get a little history of James. James was one of the commissioners that was suspended when President Waika took over. He was suspended according to President Waika based on reports contained in some investigation that showed malpractices there. And if you can recall, LTA folks decided to take the government to court. When they filed in their paperwork at the Supreme Court, James was one of those people who withdrew and said, "No, I don't want to go to court with you." In that process, he resigned. Right after his resignation, our understanding is he got into what I would call quid pro quo with the government. Okay, I agree to resign. Are you going to give me small thing? Since you resign, okay. Now the question comes, you suspended people according to you because of malpractices. About 5 persons. 1 or 2 persons came from out. We say, you know what? I'm not going to fight you. Okay, since you are not fighting me, we will reward you with something. So then it comes to our mind, why are we doing these things? Why are we having any investigations? Why are we suspending anyone? Because of reports contained in investigations. Because when a person decides to agree and negotiate with the government, it's okay to go through. In this one, it is particularly concerning because all 5 of the commissioners initially decided to take the government to court. In that process, James took himself out. So what happened between? Why did you take yourself out? While they were in court, he resigned. Today, James is given a fat, hefty check of 25,000 United States dollars. Come to think about it. Once you agreed to not engage in certain things against the government, you are given something. And this, I want to state, is very different from the other ones, like for example, the CBL. Because in this one, people agreed to take an action. Into the action, somebody decided to move on. And that only person who decided to move away from the actions that they all agreed to take is being awarded something. Something must have happened before that person even decided to actually move on in the first instance. And then today, we are seeing 20 United States $1,000 awarded to the person. LTA. So sure that LTA under the current management will tell the Liberian people the reason for giving 25,000 United States dollars to someone who was accused, according to your president, suspended, tried to go to court, decided not to follow his friends, resigned, and then walking away with this.
I want to put this up because some of you asking that you want to take a picture. Again, let me just put it up just for a few seconds. This is 25,000 USD. This is not 2,500. This is 25,000 USD. And it was written today. Our folks they received it, they took a picture, and they sent it to Spoon. It was written today, August 16, 2024. A lot of questions remain. Mommy, I want to go back to you. Then we'll do this round table. Was there an agreement? Is this only one-off payment? Is there more to come for Jane? Was there any agreement to say, okay, my man, just comply, we'll pay you out? So does it right now, can we say the investigation is dead? There's no other investigation. We are not looking for anybody that took the money. Because I can say to you, though, we have the audit report for LTA. I'll share with you, Mommy. I will put it in the chat room. The comment, the back and forth. Folks from the audit for GAC saying, listen, guys, we cannot identify the $8 million that went MIA. Is there? The other people said, no, it wasn't 8 million, it was 3-point-something million. The back and forth resulted in say, okay, even that 3-point-something million, where is it? So we can establish that 3-point-something million went missing. We say 8, you say 3-point-something, but where is it? We can't find it. Under this investigation, then we are now, Mommy, rewarding those that have agreed to resign 25,000 or more. Talk to me.
I did a post and I said the government, people in the presidency are using audit report to blackmail officials and not to use it as an instrument to fight corruption. We said it, yeah. It's coming up. This is not the only check. This is not the only official. People are using audit reports to blackmail public officials and say, resign, we'll pay you. Resign, when we pay you, you will give us something. That's what's happening. Other people are refusing, like Talu, to the central bank. He refused. He said no. At NAFA, according to information the lady there, I mean, I don't know her from anywhere. I've read different accounts of her mismanagement. I've read different accounts of how she's cantankerous to her colleagues. I mean, dismiss people and take them from on scholarships or support for their scholarship while they're in school and all sort of things. But if you don't have anything on her, allow her to serve and end her term. Do not use other reports to blackmail her. There are information that is putting her under pressure to resign and take some money so that they can be able to appoint another person in her position. That is not the reason for conducting audits. That was not the basis. That was not the promise, President Boakai. That was not what you promised your people. You did not promise your people to conduct audit and use the report to compromise. If people in your government are doing so, you need to take action and take it now. It's wrong. While we say this, we also want to be on record to say that if there is no crime against an individual who is like a tenure position and the person resigns his or her position, the person is entitled to a just pay. We want to be clear on that. But while you are investigating the LTA situation, there has been no findings and conclusion on that investigation. To be paying somebody who decided to withdraw his case from court, it suggests that you are able to rally him and make him to succumb to your blackmail so that he can resign and you pay him. We already seen people resigning. The deputy governor for Central Bank, she resigned. You tell her congratulations. Are they preparing her check too? Or has she received her check already? President Boakai, this was not the basis for audit. We conduct audit to hold people accountable for the stewardship of resources and to correct the system. It's not to use it to compromise. You need to stop it. Yeah, muted Stanton.
Trying to update the metrics from the LTA report and share with you guys. It's very damaging. And I think we need it, and maybe we can discuss on it tomorrow since we are getting to be out of time. Again, we want to say, Mama, you have some stories that you wanted to bring about. If we cannot get to it today, please, we must discuss it more. Or maybe we'll do it on a one-on-one. Uncle said, LTA, are we now just negotiating step down? We pay you all the back and forth here, Uncle Sam, 25,000 checks written to James Bowie.
So, Stanton, the problem that originates from all of this is the lack of a clear process to make people accountable. The other reports are not to be acted upon by the executive. These other reports, and especially the central bank audit, they are addressed to the legislature, to the speaker, and the pro tem. So what happens is they go ahead and look at those other reports, and then they make a decision as what to do next in terms of forwarding it to the LACC or. But what you've been doing is see an audit report, see some allegations there, and like Mami said, you go to the alleged perpetrators, you present them with those facts, and then you say, okay, my man, either resign or we're going to go and prosecute you or whatever we do. So they're making deals with these audit reports. That's not the purpose of an audit report. An audit report indicates that there were a degree of transgressions, and those transgressions, only lawyers and public prosecutors can look through those and forward them to the appropriate authority, Ministry of Justice or the LACC, to take it further. But the fact that you are going fast and taking actions and forcing people to resign, so there is no clear process associated with how these other reports can be compiled, consolidated, and we get some significant information out of there that indicates clear evidence of criminality. So that's what the problem is. It shows I don't want to say incompetence, but the ineptitude within the system or the lack of a system associated with that. You did the same thing with the asset recovery. Without doing a comprehensive discovery, comprehensive investigation with some forensic auditors, with some lawyers, with some other legal minds to come together and then to track whatever assets that were stolen. You have to go and track those assets that you're claiming that were stolen by looking deep dive into bank accounts, into corporate records, and into all of those things there that unfortunately the asset recovery team as constituted did not have that capacity to do. As a result, asset recovery is hanging and some people saying dead on arrival. So that's all I have to say.
Thank you very much, Uncle Sam. Dr. Richardson, you want to come in? We'll go to Aziva, Mr. Fadika, then Sister Glennie.
I'm agreeing with previous speakers that the other report should not be used to wish hunt some others or to force them into resignation or to give them a severance package. I believe that the government should be very procedural with this whole matter. Follow the process. Okay, the process sometimes will take a long time, But this is where communicating with the public comes into play. If you telling the public this is what we're doing, make the other report public. Tell them, explain it to the public, and don't let them get the information from Spoon only. Tell them exactly what is happening. Like Mommy explained here, and I saw the bank report shows a lot of suspicious activities, giving people huge amount of money, employees of the bank huge amount of money over the counter in the name of them paying vendors. That's wrong. That should be talked about every single TV and radio. Be patient with the process. I think that people should be held liable, like I said before, in order to deter this kind of behavior. My last thought about this is in many of these people who are in power and who are in leadership position in our country. But if you're there, Talu, it seems like he was there for a while during the WEA government. You saw these things happening. You saw these missteps happening. These missteps that have been identified in the other report. And maybe the governor before Talu, I'm just using his name because he's the most recent one. You allowed it to happen. It's similar to the people who have held legislative positions for 12 years or more or less. There's objectives that you have to follow. There's responsibilities. Your job comes with responsibilities and objectives, especially if you're working for the public. So I don't know how someone can just go to work day in and day out. I don't know if they're playing this B-shot syndrome. Let me get my big car. Let me go to my air-conditioned office and let me be served. And then you just go there and don't see what is going on, the process. You're not checking with the process. Why would it have to take some more to come into place to find out this suspicious activity? So that tells me that this suspicious activity perhaps may have been occurring for years. Something suspicious activities may have been occurring for years. So I think like in the end, we should hold people liable in order to deter this kind of behavior from happening.
That Richardson, thank you. Abba.
I don't know where Sam is getting this authoritative perspective that the legislature has to go through public hearing with audits before the Ministry of Justice.
I never said public hearing. I said they have to look at the thing, not public hearing, not to call the public. That they do their own deliberations and then they forward the findings to the LACC, but not public hearing. No, sir.
So where's the Ministry of Justice in this? No, look, Sam, I don't think that's the process.
The central bank, excuse me, if you look at the central bank audit, they are addressed, the central bank audit is addressed to the speaker and the pro tem for them to act. And Mami, you can correct me on that. So Mami, you want to correct me on that?
I'm speaking. I just gave you the opportunity.
So go ahead.
At any point in time, the Ministry of Justice has that purview to be able to look at a situation, seen for the LACC when it comes to criminal activity, to look at these audits and be able to take action, investigate, like you said, bill a case, the entire sequence you laid out when it comes to these, asset recovery people. It's basically the same thing the ministry needs to do. They need to collect the information. They need to track these financial activities and be able to indict these people, prosecute them, and if necessary, incarcerate them. So I don't know that bureaucratic layer is a fixed layer that it has to go to the legislature before there can be any other investigation by somebody close with the authority like the Ministry of Justice or the LACC. Somebody can educate me out there and say that's what it is, but I don't think so. The Ministry of Justice wants to smell. Look, even if you on suspicion, if somebody at the central bank just say, "Oh, the people they are stealing money, they're putting money over the counter," the ministry doesn't have to wait for an audit. They can even go there and investigate right away and find out what's going on. So we can't say we gotta wait for this legislature, or like now we're hearing people in the executive branch are using the audit to extort money or to get these people to resign. All those things are just criminal behavior that the Ministry of Justice should really jump on right away. They should not be hearing the audits from that perspective, trying to impose resignation from these people who are, tenure officers or who are kind of involved or accused in these audits. So I just hope, again, my classmate also can get a handle around this criminal activity and really show how tough he is and prosecute these people and incarcerate them. Let us start to have an example of what it takes to have transparency and accountability in government.
Thank you very much. Fadiga?
Look, we keep saying the same thing from a different perspective. I think all of us here can agree that this entire thing is not working for us. I don't know about the government weaponizing or using the audit report as a backing. I have not seen any evidence of that. I do understand that there are certain reason why people may want to believe that way, but I haven't seen any evidence of that. Look, there are chains of command. There are certain chain that was followed. I think it would be easy to know who did what and who didn't do and what at the central bank. The other report is not a conviction. It's something to show that something happened. Let's go and identify what happened. After I'm getting feedback, I think it's from Alva. So, after the investigation, those that are found liable of wrongdoing, then they should be punished. Until then, people resigning, I don't know whether resigning will exonerate them for future prosecution. I doubt it. If you did wrong, whether you resign today or something tomorrow, but in the absence of an investigation. So I want us to be very meticulous about what we are doing. So that we do not have the same gracious right and other things that are going on. Let us use the audit report, follow the trail, conduct our investigation. Those that are found guilty, punish them. Because if we do not dot our I's and cross our T, a lot of these people could get away. In as much as we want to see people, beyond bias, we need to be very mindful. This is not a hurry stuff. Can be slow, but very sure. And at the end result, if people don't get punished, then that defeats the whole purpose. So I will stop short of saying that, the government is bargaining with people or giving them money. It will be insane for anybody to negotiate with people that defraud. Take Emma Glasgow, for example, at the fishery. I read some of the other reports. I have not gone through everything. If what in there is true, and it is found that some malpractice went on, now be prosecuted like the rest of them. And I know she got a year and a few months to go. If that happened in whatever the law said that you will lose your something, lose it. But I do not want to speculate at this point, because what happened here is there are certain very clever individuals that will do everything to get out of this thing. So what they will do here is they will muddy the water. They will wait, that it will fill on one or two things like the gracious right stuff, and they say, "Oh yeah, use it, to bring about this false equivalence." So we have to be very mindful. I don't see any reason why the government will make deal with any of those people. If they are wrong, we have enough reason, and this is what we advocated for. Do not move them prematurely. Look, the reason why we brought about this tenure position and all this something is for people to preserve their independence. If people can easily be compromised, like what we're seeing at the central bank, then I don't see the need of tenure. Tenure shouldn't be, people in tenure position shouldn't be easily compromised. You are paid handsomely, you are given a lot of power, and then you sit there and allow the executive or whoever to make you to do something. Look, it's wrong. And the Supreme Court have already ruled on this before. If you look at the Brandon Samoka case, if you knowingly do wrong and follow your boss man or boss lady and because they say the chief tell me to do this, and you are caught, you will go down.
Yep.
You will go down. So if you are in any position and knowingly defraud the Liberian people, I think they should go to jail. They should be prosecuted and face the full weight of the law. So I look forward to seeing that day. Look, I'm still cautiously optimistic. Not because I do not believe that this government is capable of prosecuting people, but I know that the system is rotten. The government they could go to the court and be exonerated. I know there are so many things, and most of the guys, they did a good job. There's too much camaraderie on this ground. Nobody want to ruffle feathers. Nobody want to test their friend. Everybody begging for one another. How many
Every Friday, Fadiga can speak good English. Every Friday, Fadiga can be on the side of justice. Watch. Every Friday, he will speak good English. You'll be on the side of the Liberian people.
The man on salary for 4 days a week. He got 4 days schedule. On the fifth day, he rises as an individual.
But I want to bring this in.
I have a
It is
question.
important. Yes,
go ahead.
Something that Fatiga said, so if these people resign from their position, don't they have the right to travel out of the country? I mean, how would you hold them liable if they're not in the country? Isn't that why?
Well, some of them
We
out
have
of the
treated
country,
with
they are
other countries. They'll just be embarrassed themselves because we can put Interpol, we can do a lot of extra.
And you got Interpol on Summit 12.
Yeah, I mean, he can be
the right
hiding
people
or he can be
Summit 12.
appreciative.
But I would say this, so let me run through. Let me run through. I don't finish what they want. Everybody spoke. I beg you guys. It's 7 p.m. Yes, 7:03. We really got to squeeze everything in. And I know tomorrow we talked about. I just shared the metrics, the LTA metrics. Sorry, but y'all looking at it, Ramame. I just took this one from it real quick. Look at this amount of money we're talking about here. These are some of the issues, right? This is the auditors. During our review, we observed variance between figure reported in the MOS financial statement and the IFMIS, which was used as the general ledger by MOS to prepare its financial statement for the period January 2023 to December 2023. The entity reported US 20 million, whilst IFMIS records show US 25 million. But look at the big, however, we were unable to verify IFMIS records in the total amount of US 89 million from July 2018 to December 2022. I have shared some of this information with you. Please dig deeper. The LTA was a bad, stinking, functioning entity. I want you guys.
This one is Ministry of State.
Oh, sorry. Like Minister of State, I beg you. Minister of State. Thank you. Yeah, Minister of State. I was trying to pull in the LTA, but the Minister of State, just with the period of time given, was a bad ministry. I think I shared. If it is not in the chat room, let me put it back there. But I think I did. You want to go through the Ministry of State. You want to see the amount of money that ran through the Ministry of State. That when you hear about money, your stomach must run. I say, va to va. You must read it line by line, precinct by precinct for you to understand. I was saying both the Ministry of State and LTA. I want you guys to go over and prepare ourselves for tomorrow. Mommy ready? Mommy says, Stanton, I just can't wait to come tomorrow for me to talk. This is scary. I don't know how Mommy got it, but I thought I put it in the chat. Remember, you got it? LTA and MOS?
I got it.
Okay, is it in the chat room, guys? I can put it there if not. Okay, Mommy, can you put it there, please? Yeah. Thank you. So let me say this real quick. Let me play this video. Another thing is, hey, Dr. Richardson, your son. Let me play this real quick. And we talk about this, but we talk about something else. There's a newspaper going around about folks charging Kula Fufana about corruption. She's the press secretary, right? Seriously. The charges on that newspaper that Kula is corrupt and taking money from people. It is important for us to discuss it, but I can only discuss it when I speak to Kula, because I have a very high respect for Kula. I think she's doing an extremely good job. And I think given the allegation, I really want her to speak on it. These are so many allegations coming from different newspapers, and I would not speak on it because I think Kula, she's trying her best under the tension, the stress. I think she's trying her very best. Okay, I'm not saying those allegations are true or false, but I think we should give her the chance. I also want to say and play this video for you real quick. This is a deputy minister for the Ministry of Labor trying to beat on one of his junior staff. Watch the video and tell me where you are. This is horrible.
You break? What are you saying? You what's up? Guess what? He walked behind me, insulting me. I'll check your door. I don't know. You guys think I'm inciting people? I take me from meeting just now in AMA office. They just a preconceived man. If you must have Martin, thank God grace for you in the hallway. Everybody in the hallway. I call him my lawyer.
So guys, listen. Listen. It's very important for us to play it one more time. That's this current government, mommy. This is what is happening. This is what is happening at the Labor Ministry. You remember yesterday people said they were protesting and people got angry? Let me play this one more time for everyone to see.
You break? What are you saying? What's up? Guess what? He walked behind me, insulting me. I'll check your door. I don't know. You guys think I'm inciting people? I take me from meeting just now in AMA office. They just a preconceived man. If you must have Martin, thank God grace for you in the hallway. Everybody in the hallway. I call him my lawyer.
So that's the Deputy Inspector General. You're saying, insulting the Vice President of the Worker Union, Madam Jorin Kane. Okay, he carried on, but we just have to show you that part of the video. And it was concerning the protest that took place yesterday, but the issue remained. Listen, his name is Darius Women. It's the big whole thing that Councillor Cooper brought him and brought a lot of them and tried to keep them there. But the people say, you can't get rid of us and bring in your new group. That place is very hostile right now. He was asked to cool off. He insisted. It took another turn after. But as you can see, Darius went off on the lady. You can have that in your closing. We just have to show that video. I want to show one other video when Funati Kofa accepted the recast document from the acting finance minister, Myers.
It's my honor to present this to you. Okay. Mr. Deputy Speaker, Mr. Acting Minister, members and officials from the Ministry of Finance, we received this communication from you on behalf of the President. We make several notations, even in our acceptance. In order to improve the budget process, we are taking additional measures. The first measure, we have announced that we will formulate a committee to investigate allegations of budget tampering. We have asked Honorable Robert Womway to chair that process. Honorable Emmanuel Down is going to be the co-chair. Honorable Siku Kane is going to be a member. Honorable Smo Moba is going to be a member. And Honorable Ruben Kuya will be a member. Just to understand and to put to rest any issues concerning the budget we just passed. The second thing is, as you present this budget, there are a number of reports that we expect. We expect outcome reports. We ask you also to send us any report of budget spending. any processes related to that. We also expect that all of the necessary expenditure lines in the revenue forecast and the reports will be presented to the Waste, Means and Finance when we get to the process. We advise that all other documents that are related to this be sent to us as soon as possible so we can begin the recall process after all of the condition precedent that we just announced.
Thank you very much, folks. On this note, we're going to close the show. We got a lot to talk about tomorrow. We want to say thank you for joining us. If you want more text messages from the Senate chat room, we want to say we'll be sharing it with you tomorrow. As always, it was a beautiful show from my end. Every good thing must come to an end. I hope you can go back and watch the show, share the show. But again, let's do our closing. And you can incorporate in your closing any of which one of this story. All right. Let's start with you, Dr. Richardson.
Well, it was a great show, very informative. I just want to start off by saying please join us on Friday at 2 o'clock our time, 6 o'clock Liberia time to Wash Spoon Talk Business. Today we had George Galando on, and I think the information was very informative for people who would like to start doing businesses in Liberia. Regarding the last few clips that you show, and I'm just going to skip to that. That person, the male, should be seen by HR. I want to see more of the clip, but just the idea of attacking another person at the job, female at your job, bothers me a lot. I just can't imagine that. She right. The last sentence she said she would call her lawyer. I think that's the appropriate thing to do. I would definitely be calling a lawyer for all kinds of duress, hostility, harassment, or everything. Just throw the books when it comes to that issue at him. Interestingly, the other video about Fonati Kofa, I noticed that his office, I couldn't keep this is my second time seeing the video, by the way, or either third time. The office is well furnished, very well furnished. That's quite interesting. And I'm looking at this against the backdrop of the financial mismanagement that have been reported happening in the legislature. So I'm just thinking about that. And secondly, he did say after accepting the report, he said that they are doing an investigation on the shifting of money in the budget. He expects the outturn report, and we expect to hear that too. I want to hear about the outturn report. I hope that they will make that publicly available. And he said that any unexpected expenditure that will happen, or he also look forward to any additional information. It seems like a good collaborative information, but I will still keep my ears and eyes open and my intuition open for members of the legislature that connived with the executive branch. We had this conversation where there was some conniving going on, where some people were expecting to get some amount that they could take back to their district or their county, and then they will use that in the county to keep on getting elected, and people will see them doing stuff and they will keep on getting elected. To me, that is anti-democratic, and they may not be stealing money intentionally, but we can see how they're looking to use this money in an anti-democratic way. So thank you guys for a great show, for devoting your time to Liberians.
Richardson, thanks a lot. Ava, you want to go?
Yes. So for me now, it's about action, right? I just came across a report on the GSC website that started to track the audit findings and the recommendations from September 2020 to June 30, 2023. They have 1,937 findings in those multiple audits. And our 65 entities that were audited and our 102 audits. And the number of recommendations they had were 2,593 recommendations. So these audits and these recommendations are so important because once you can implement those, then you stop the gap that existed that the auditors found. But it seems like people in government don't respect the findings of the GSC. They don't respect the recommendations of the GSC. They push back with flimsy excuses. Oh, the documents were here. The person was there with you nearly 3 weeks trying to audit you. You don't provide them with the document after the fact. Then your management statement is the document available to be reviewed. So the auditors are just stupid. They know that documents are there when they ask you at the time. So it's just disappointing that these findings, which usually lead to the corruption part, we're not tracking how they are being investigated, how they are being indicted, how they are being prosecuted. So that's something I would try to do a personal exercise and go after some of this stuff to see where we are. But a simple thing like the recommendations, out of those 2,593 recommendations, only 256, less than 10%, were fully implemented. Partially implemented, 173, that's 5%. Not implemented, 2,164. Only a 13% implementation percentage. So I don't know how we move this country forward if the integrity institutions are pointing all these gaps, these errors, these limitations, these lack of systems. And the people who run the organizations and institutions will not pay heed to rectify them. They will just ignore the recommendations. Then the findings, the level of investigation is not thorough. People are compromising it and using it to extort these people who are criminals in the system already, and they keep them there. Because if somebody is found to have just taken money over the central bank, you get it out in your hand and you don't prosecute that person, what the person is looking at, they feel like the Teflon, they feel like they're immune, they feel like you can't do anything to them. And they will repeat those kind of actions. That's why the corruption is so systemic. And if President Boyka is really serious, he'll try his best to find some bulldogs, some very, very tenacious people who will fight corruption along with him and be able to clean some of this stuff. Because that's a legacy thing. Accountability and transparency are key factors of his arrest program. And hopefully he will take it serious because that's where a lot of the waste and leakages are going and causing our people to be extremely poor, dead poor, no health care, poor education, poor nutrition. Most of us are undernourished. 40 to 45% of Liberians are undernourished. They don't eat right. They don't eat properly. They hardly drink water. So this thing is sickening. I hope President Boyka can take serious grasp of this situation and try to push this accountability and transparency issue and be able to hold people accountable, put them in jail as necessary, and let this country resources be used for the people who deserve for it to be used for them. Thank you.
Fadiga, can you go ahead, please?
Yeah. So, like I said, the system need overhaul. We need to continue to strengthen our internal control mechanism. It is clear that something is not right, and we've been doing the same thing over and over, whether it's the system audit in the legislature or something. I'm surprised that years and years nobody has thought of this. But the fact that we're getting it done and we're doing it, I think it's a step in the right direction. But we need to make sure that we focus on more internal audits and compliance. You know, it should be done regularly. We need to invest in. We need to at least leverage the use of technology. We have internet in Liberia now. We need to build a very good digital platform. You know, that we have automate things, make it monitor, that we can monitor in real time. invest in different blockchain technology. It's already out there. We're not going to reinvent the wheel. There are systems that has proven to work. We know about it. It's out there. Let us leverage it. The fact that we keep doing these things, the same thing over and over, focus on capacity building, training people on these different things. Look, we can get it right. We just need to go back to the drawing board, see where we've been going wrong, and then readjust it and fix it, and start to hold those that are currently abusing the system accountable. But if we keep playing lip service to this and keep dancing around, look, this country will not go nowhere. It would pain me that this
Fadiga, I'm so sorry, Fadiga. You will continue. I have Darius, the gentleman in the video that was reported that he attacked the lady. I have him on the phone. Let's hear him out. Darius, you live on Spoon Talk. Welcome to the show. Give us a full story of what took place today at the Labor Ministry, Darius.
So much, Stanton and the rest of the panelists on Spoon Radio, and also those of them who are listening to me this evening on Spoon Talk. Stanton, I've been with Ministry of Labor since 2018 up to today's date. And nobody will ever tell you, say, Darius have been involved into this and that and what have you. So today, I don't want to start from how it happened and how it is that. But what happened today before this issue come on the radio or recorded and then been playing all around, let me make that clarity. My office is on first floor, and I was going to speak to the Assistant Minister for Regional Affairs on third floor. So while on my way going, when I got on third floor, and then I saw this lady who always there in organizing protests and organizing chaos at the Ministry of Labor. So now going I passed and I spoke to her during Hydri. She said, "Oh, those gear doors that in a place will get rid of them one by one. In fact, my mission is to get rid of corporate crime, and you, Darius, you are one of those persons I'm going to get rid of." I said, "But Jury, I just spoke to you. Why will you be making that kind of a statement against me? It is not right. In fact, I just heard that you are inciting people against the minister, and the CSA report that came out, minister don't know anything about the CSA report. You people wake up here and want to organize to have a protest just to tarnish the reputation of the minister. Why are you saying this?" "Oh, Stanton, do we have the audacity to stand in our corridor, use bitter language against me and the minister? The hour telling what that this thing you do is not right. Let's stop this. Let's forget about tribalism. It's tribalism that brought us 15 years of unrest, civilcracy. Let's forget about this thing." The how she started knocking at various doors and offices and say, "Oh, so you want to attack me? You want to attack me?" I said, "No, I'm not attacking you, but it is not right." So when other people from third floor came on, and then she started and said, "Oh, you all recall?" I said, "Yeah, if you want to recall, you all recall. I don't have time for that. You want to recall, you recall. But what you do is not right. Don't stop inciting against the Minister of Labor." So the minister came here in the history of the Ministry of Labor. Minister of Labor has raised about 5 million plus year at the ministry in the first 6 months. It had never happened before. So why will you be doing this to be tarnishing the reputation of the minister? You see that? So that I was shouting at her to stop her behavior at the ministry, and she always in a constant habit of doing such. So I was blasting her not to do so. Is that right? To be tarnishing the reputation of the minister and the reputation of that ministry that is always pushing for the right of Liberian people at various job sites. So that's how you saw that video. All the people who came around to see what's happening and this and they recall that video. But it was not my intention to go tell her. I didn't tell her. If you see that video, I didn't tell her. I was only shouting to say, stop this act of going against leader who they have brought here and to lead this entity.
So for that, she said, okay, but then you cursing me, you passing around the corridor, you shouting at me, you cursing me, I'll call my lawyer. I think if you listen to that video, attentively, you will hear some of the things she said. I said, but if you don't call your lawyer, call your lawyer. The house, some of my friends who there, what happened? It's our first time to see you so angry that day. I said, yes, because everything happened here. Oh, they put it on the minister, they put it on all of us. It's not right, because let's stop our minister name going in the public all of the time. It is not right. I serve here as administrative assistant to the assistant minister of trade. For that, I went to become a deputy communication director, and I got promotion to become deputy for inspection. So it would not be right that I've been here for this time. Understand Ministry of Labor, understand how it works. To see the ministry need all in the public, it is not right to do so.
Thank you.
That's how I was telling her, and how the recording went on. So we need to make some of the clarity for people to know that I'm not involved into search. Yes, sir.
Darius, thank you very much. Thank you. Dr. Richardson, you get any question for Darius? Guys, you have any question? We want to say, Darius, listen, it's good that you came on to make clarity. We played the video. What's the way forward? Have the minister call you and call the lady? What's the solution? How you guys resolve it?
Well, in my mind, I think prior to that, after the incident occurred, then she called her brother, Nito Lahai, who is the maritime boss. Nito Lahai came in the building using profanity language against us and the minister that I cannot use that on the radio right now. And he used such a words, I just want to repeat that, but is that something proper to use? So he threatened me at the same time, threatening the job of the minister, saying such wrong words against the Ministry of Labor which of course I don't want to repeat that.
So you say the commissioner insulted the Minister of Labor.
He insulted the Minister of Labor. He insulted me and threatened me as well. He insulted the Minister of Labor. You see that? He insulted that. And which of course is not right. So after that, the minister was not in the building. The minister has gone to attend a meeting. Later on, he came at the time I was not in the building. So the minister advised that if somebody has said wrong thing against me, don't be part of that. Don't be involved into that. Just leave it as it is. We'll handle it administratively. I said, but minister, this lady always in the corridor abusing us, abusing me, and also saying negative things about you, and you are a witness of organized the protest. He said, you are children. I will settle that thing between you people, and I don't want you and jury and anyone in this ministry to be in trouble or to be in problem. So he advised me and advised everyone within the ministry not to be involved into problem. I said, but I was just like, the one in which he used the...
Yeah, so thank you very much. So you said that Commissioner Nito Lai's sister, right?
Yeah, she is a sister of Nito Lai.
Okay.
So when Nito Lai came in the building today, what I do respect for him, because I was trying to explain things to him, but he said he don't want to listen to me at all. In fact, he never came in the building as big man. He came as a brother and also a brother to the lady in question. So as a family person, you see that?
Thank you. Thank you very much. Do you have any other video to show that someone recorded and gave you concerning this?
Well, I don't have any video to that besides that 38 seconds video, because my phone was not with me. My phone was not with me. I left my phone in my office when I was going to speak to one of my colleagues.
Thank you very much. Darius will call you.
I don't know whether somebody else did the recording.
Yeah, we waited out of time. I want to say thank you for calling on the show. We'll follow through with this story. Thank you very much, okay?
Thank you, Stanton. If anything you want to get from me related to that and whatever clarity I'm willing to provide that. And I like the way you did so by calling me to make to give my input onto what actually transpired today at the Ministry of Labor. And it is not our duty to also function all the time to making noise and what have you and this. No, Ministry of Labor is there to go into cases, especially but let me.
Yeah, we gotta go. We gotta go. We will have you back, Darius. Again, Darius. Thank you very much. We'll have you back. We really have to go, my brother. But we have heard your clarity. We appreciate you. Okay.
Thank you so much, and I appreciate you so kindly for calling me.
You're welcome. All right, guys. Let's wrap this thing up. Damo, you want to add something, Damo?
No, I'm just
showing face. You just seem like us, right?
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, Fatiga, can you finish up, please?
Damo, you still owe me. You still owe me, Damo.
Yeah, Damo, anyway, let me leave you and Mommy.
No, I just tell you, say you owe me. I just giving you cool.
All right, Damo Capeco. Well, Fatiga, finish up then.
Well, I think we said it all. Great show. Hopefully, we'll be here tomorrow. Look, these other reports, if anything in those other report, look, it's out there. The public is on the GSC website. Go there, grab a copy. I think, and review it. Go through it line by line. See the responses and something. Something happened. Bad things happen. Say 12 years ago, 2 years ago, me, I'll stick to my 6 years. The time I said they were in power, the thing that they did that they want to really concern me. And I'll continue to talk about it because the more we talk about it, we are reminded of not to abuse the public trust. I'll leave it at that. Look forward to joining you guys tomorrow again so that we can have a beautiful show.
Don't forget the one-on-one, man. The one-on-one will be powerful. Let me bring in Mommy. Mommy, go ahead now. Uncle Sam, have you closed?
No, let me close because I'm taking my wife somewhere in Baker, man. Just quickly.
I understand.
Okay, look, that was a great show. Thank you guys. Look, there's a lot of work that need to be done. Yeah? And we all need to just basically take a deep breath and take our partisan stripes and just basically agree that we have a rottenness in the system to fix. And where it originates, how it started, doesn't really matter. The most important thing is to start to fix it. And the only way we can fix it is unity, number one. Number two, get the best and the brightest. But it's not just about education and experience, but it's also about people who are committed and have the adrenaline. It's not about knowing economics and knowing accounting. It's about whether you're willing to put in the work that is required to fix this country. Kakami is not a PhD holder. Okay, the other kid in Burkina Faso doesn't have a PhD, but we just need a will, and to have all of us to agree that we must fix this together. And once we admit that we have a rotten system and we look at the future of the young people in the country who are suffering, the young people suffer too much in this country. When you're driving up and down Tottenham Boulevard, look at the children. They're getting younger by the day, selling the whole inventory, not even read $300, $400, $500. No? Okay, and then I want to end on this. My esteemed colleague, Dr. Francine Richardson, mentioned she didn't use the word opulent in regards to Fanatic Kofa's office, but the speaker is the second in line to the presidency. He missed a lot of foreign guests. I mean, I would like. I don't want opulence in the office, but at least if the American ambassador, international people coming, it has to be representative of some degree of dignity. So I just wanted to just pull that out, and I will have a conversation with her. And I'm not criticizing her, but I just wanted her to understand that this guy is second in line to the presidency, and his office has to look like befitting of somebody who is the second in line to the presidency. I want to thank you all, guys. I have to run. God bless you all, and see you all tomorrow.
Thank you, Uncle Sam. Thank you very much. And again, we're going to bring in Isidore Obame. The last two will close, and we'll be out of here.
Yeah, let me close. I think I can go ahead briefly. We started with I joined the team with the news from the central bank, the fight against corruption, beginning at the central bank. We said, yeah, the way the president will handle the central bank audit and other major audit like LTA, Ministry of Finance, but since it began with the central bank, will determine whether Liberian will stand behind him in the fight against corruption. It will either shoot the fight against corruption in the leg, or it will give it the energy to move forward. The staff you saw there talking, say they transferring 900,000. They probably just sat and say, but people can take money to go. Now they come from other report here, millions of dollars. I said I can take my own too. And Uncle Sam and other people, the president doesn't need to wait for the legislature to take action. Absolutely not. Absolutely. Samuel Tue and other people today are in court, not because any legislature review of audit report that is submitted to the president from the GAC. No. It was because the FIA read a newspaper story that the LACC read a newspaper story that FIA received excess of its budget resources and the amount was withdrawn on the counter at the central bank. That's how they decided to go investigate, and that's how they formed what they consider to be probable cause to prosecute. That same LACC can listen to us. That same LACC have read the audit report. That same LACC is there and is reading in the fiscal authority of the national legislature, specifically the Senate, and see that they spend excess of their budget resources. But that LACC cannot go to the Senate because we have built in our mind that senators and representatives are gods in that country, that nobody can touch them. But tomorrow or Monday, we'll speak to that more details. They said their audit report is only about system issue. We'll display the audit report here session by session to tell you it's not system issue. We'll show it with evidence that it's not system issue. We'll do that. And we'll push them to come to the middle ground. That middle ground will be determined, but that middle ground will have to account for the stewardship of resources. It can't be free. You can't be holding executive. Listen to Fonati today. I clap for him, hands up. But it cannot be you holding the executive to account and you don't want to account. When they conduct audit on you, you brush it aside. It will not work. We will consultize our people. That's all we can do. We will consultize them. We will show them the evidence. Spoon is here. We will use the network to communicate with our people. And when you return, there will be a march on the Capitol for accountability. There will be a march on the Capitol for accountability. People will have to account for the millions of dollars reported in the Senate report. It can't go free. We just wanted to make that clear as we engage with the specifics beginning tomorrow and Monday on the audit of the Liberian Senate. We'll talk about all audit report. The Senate is no exception. And while closing, we want to call on Fonati and the House of Representatives. They initiated their audit long before the audit was initiated in the judiciary, almost long before it started in the Senate. The rest of the other people who completed. We are getting information from the auditor that there are intentional efforts to stall the process in the House of Representatives. Hopefully, it should be live. But we look forward to that. Thank you, Stanton. And gentlemen, I'm sorry I have to leave.
Thank you very much, Abula. We are very appreciated. Let me bring Asi to do the last closing. I'm going to hang here with him. Though all the Unity Party folks can leave, but ANC will hang out with him.
So, just on this, Fadiga said it right, and I wanted to, but then he came up. Other reports don't actually prove criminality, don't prove crime. They can only be used to investigate possible wrongdoing. So that's first thing. Personally for me, I don't really get worried a lot if an audit report says this and this is not balancing. Say for instance, the IFME system used by Ministry of Finance is not balancing with the ledger from an entity. I really don't get worried about it because I can tell you 9.9 times out of 10, it is just non-reconciliation. Somebody did not reconcile something. That's why it happened. So, and Ministry of Finance, for instance, when they give you allotment and they place $10 million in your allotment, they may end up giving you only $5 million in cash, and then you need to go back to do the reconciliation to ensure the 10 million allotment and the 5 million can be reconciled to 5 million. If you don't do that, at the end of the day, you will see variances. So usually I don't get bothered about that because 9 out of 10 times is just going to be the issue of reconciliation. But what is important exactly is what is happening to this government. 7 months, the government seems to be flattened to the ground. Like they don't even have a clue on what they want to do. And usually when we say these things, people take us to be opposition so they don't care. Everything we've said always come back to haunt this government. Imagine the LTA scenario that I want to focus on. Imagine the LTA scenario. The only thing that whole issue of audit is just a pay to play. It's about, my man, resign. I won't bring my people in. If you say yes, they give you something. If you say no, they go and find something on you to make sure they can suspend you. In the issue of with the LTA, the president suspended people based on their own report. LTA made a report, and the president used the people's own report to suspend them. Who's going to put themselves in harm's way in their own report? And we said this thing. That was a wrong move, but the president wanted to bring his people on. So now it becomes a pay-to-play scenario. We have to bring our people on. We cannot create jobs anymore. All of the big moves we made during the campaign, we only depend on government jobs to ensure we can give our people jobs. So, hey, come resign, get something. If you say no, they find crime on you. That's the reason why FTA is like that. They find crime on the people, they suspended them, they were going to court. One person came back off the process, and the person is walking away with 25,000 today. And my guess is more is going on. The same thing happened to NAFA, to National Fisheries Authority. The same thing. We are aware that United Party engaged the NAFA DE or DG, Emma Glasgow. Well, if she refuses, they're going to look for something to find on her all costs. And then all the reports are good. But the way we try to politicize it, it will always make us to feel hurt because it will not show up the way we always say here. Someone talk about, I know, $300 and something million missing. That is World Bank money. I bank government, I can show you. To World Bank money. Ladue, World Bank projects. The first thing, World Bank themselves almost implement their project. Mo Ali has a World Bank project. Ask him before you spend a dime. World Bank got to provide you no objection. You can't spend a single dime without that. So to say someone World Bank 300 million, oh no. Well, again, suspicious things happen. Maybe Holy Spirit came from heaven and it happened. Not the World Bank that in Liberia that I know. Unless World Bank themselves eat their own money. All those things, you got to find crime on someone. Look at NAFA. See where NAFA was before we took over. Today, they are after that lady every day. Pressuring her, all kinds of things. Because they want to bring that person in. And let me go on to maybe end up on this issue with the NPA. We are so concerned about the law. We are so concerned. Someone can come and say it happened before, it happened 20 years ago. That's your business. But the code of conduct is very clear as to what public officials can do and cannot do. If we say we are the one preaching equity today, we must have our hands clean. Look at NPA. See the lavish party that was thrown out today. And then it's in the midst where United Party partisans are still hungry. The children are looking for jobs. Some of them can't even have days meat. Think about it. How many United Party partisans who stood in the rain, the sun, the night, the day, on the street, who never had food to eat yesterday, having it today? How many of them? But you are throwing out big parties on the government's premises.
Mind your business, my man.
My best guess is Jokai will not go there because that one no crime there now. But the law clearly says you cannot use public property for private things. And that's what we got today. See how many United Party children all around the place can't even find anywhere to go. The money you use over there, you could have helped some United Party children who can eat, who are hungry, who keep defending you every day. Who told you they are stupid? Because they trust and believe in you. But you dash their hopes. You appointing your girlfriends, boyfriends, family members, tribal people. You leave the rest of the children there. They are all around. Some of them can call Fadiga. They can go to Fadiga. He can see it. These children, they did everything for you to come to power. They too deserve something. But when they go to them, they say it's still soon. But look at what they're living. Look at what they're living. I saw one other guy from CSA. The only thing he does, he will make video on TikTok the whole day, be eating chicken wings and then dancing. But the rest of the other children that labor, they can't find anything to eat. They're on Facebook. Sometimes they insult me every day. Not because they want to insult me, because they want to defend their president and their government. But they are hungry. They are hungry. They don't even have job. They don't know nobody. If they call their big people, they don't answer their call. They don't return their calls. That's what these children are going through. You always want them to be there. Now you are bringing September 17. You said they should come on the street again to dance for you. You tell them it is still soon for them to get a job. But no, it is not still soon for them to come and dance for you again. And there's job we are go, and that's still soon. The children can pay rent. They don't have school fees. They don't have transportation. No job. Their friends laughing at them in the community. Some of them made fuss with their CDC friends. Today, the CDC friends laughing at them. But no, you want them to come September 17 to dance. Green Day, Rescue Day. They should come there.
So you took that script from the disgruntled citizen?
Exactly. That is exactly what we should be talking about our country. Where are we? Where are we? You having a big party. It's okay.
Hey, Isaac, we gotta go, bro.
Okay, let's go.
All right. I want to say, Isaac, thank you very much. Fadiga, thank you. A beautiful show. A very good closing. I want to say happy birthday to Sekou Dukle. He celebrated his birthday today. Sekou Dukle, the National Port Authority Managing Director. May God bless you and may God extend your life, your life. Because remember, our birthday comes once a year. If the staff at your entity, deem it necessary to sing a happy birthday song to you, enjoy it. And I think I want to say happy birthday to you as well, to Sekou. I really want to say, I'll say thank you for being a new advocate for the rescue members. Thank you for really fighting for them and championing the cause. But I said, don't laugh. I beg you, don't laugh.
No, for 6 years, it was disgruntled citizen. It was suffering for this.
And that's why I'm the last.
Yeah,
I said, though.
I
said, though, thank you for being the new advocate, right? For advocating for unity partisan. You feel the pain, they need job. You feel the pain, they need everything. I said, though, thank you. We really appreciate you. And we really appreciate your effort. Continue. I really do continue because we are all Liberians. And thank you for being the Unity Party in CDC clothing. May God bless you, Isaac. May God bless us all. A great show. Thanks to every one of you that followed us. Come again tomorrow. We have more of the Senate chat room messages we'll be sharing with you. And we will be celebrating Liberia. Don't forget, August 24th is Flag Day. We're going to be having the Fulani. They'll be having a big program on Spoon Talk, talking about the citizenship and everything as the means of inclusion in Liberia about the politics. Let God bless you. Let God keep you. Damon, that's it, folks. Damon, you want to come? Let's close. Fadiga, where you going tonight? Be careful, my brother. I heard that you be going out too much. Be careful, Fadiga. I said, though, I see that you're cooking, you're in the kitchen. I see the season behind you, and and every other thing. I hope you cook the best of the best. We're not hearing you.
I'm in the kitchen I was actually slashing grains.
Beans?
Grains.
Oh, you cooking potatoes grain?
Yeah. Yeah, so
red oil or I go oil?
Red
I'm not sure all the greens. Let's see if the thing BB or you slash the thing go.
The man can cook rough grain. He can rub the grain, rough grain, right? Is that fried grain? I say you cooking fried grain.
You do better than that.
Who can do better than what? Yes, fried grain.
I said, are you cooking fried grain?
Fried grains.
What all in it? Dry fish?
You know, rescue are taking everything now. So we look for Momoe. We look for small kids. So we pour anything there.
Even in America, rescue to everything.
Rescue went behind us. Rescue say anywhere we go, they will come there. So I want to leave here now to go Asia because it seems to be rescue. Say I won't live in this.
So you got it green or what? You got fish? You got pig feet? You got chicken feet?
I bought one piece of chicken feet that I will drop in it.
But how you can be cooking, rubbing your face and you touching the
grill,
man?
I'm not cooking right now. We on the show. After me, remember we are good chief cooks, right? We are.
I see you just lived at the Greensville.
Yeah, you just lived at the Greensville.
Now after, I mean, I bought, I say, chicken feet, right? One chicken foot, one of it. I been drop in it. I went to the store, the fish, you know, they said $5. Now I have $5. So I look for.
But what that has to do with Joseph Boyka?
No. Listen now, that Joseph Boyka making the whole war hard, including America.
So you know, I also do that chicken feet, see you. For eating. When you look at it, you just smell it. You put it behind the seat.
So everybody can't see it there.
Yeah, I said. So you cooking, not your wife, right?
I'm the one in the kitchen. I'm the chief cook. I'm the one cooking. I'm the one.
Who are eating the food? The kids eating the food?
Everybody, the kids, everybody eating. Look, even people will come here to visit to eat. This is a good cook. That's not a bad player with doing things. I'm not saying you should go eat diamond food.
Let me see the greens. Let me see the greens again. Let me see the greens again.
Let me see the lapa. Lati looking at you. Salad.
Dama, thank you, man. Have a good day. Thanks, folks.
As you go, All right. Good night. So sleep to everybody. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back tomorrow with another edition of Spoon Talk. And remember, 101 with the CEO comes your way on Sunday. My name is Diamond Slanger, bidding you farewell from Liberia.